Hey!
How dare you?
Players Corner Podcast, Hanoi Flag Football, Turkey Bowl 2025. Here we are. Oh my God, I put 2026 on the little banner thing.
Corb called you out in the chat earlier. He said, "Hey man, that's wrong." No, it was no, I think it was Matt Weatherington. First thing he said, "Hey, that's wrong."
Yikes.
Doesn't matter,
There we go.
man. Look at
Fixed.
you. Look at you. So savvy, Law.
All right, let's let's do a little history real quick before we start adding people on and getting their their experience from the event. Kind of give us a little history of Hanoi Flag Football Turkey Bowl. I'm gonna add Peter too. Hey, what's up, Peter?
What's up, fellas? How are we doing?
Khaled.
What's up, Corb?
Yes, sir.
Take
Hello,
it away.
gentlemen.
Hanoi Flag Football Turkey Bowl. I think you guys started 2022, 2023?
21.
We started, late 2021. Corb, why don't you kick this off? Like, you're the one.
Yeah, we've been in Vietnam for a while. There's a lot of us out here, a lot of foreigners, and we tried to play this soccer game that we're not really good at. So right after COVID, 2021, we started Hanoi Flag Football, and we had about a core group of about 6 or 7 guys. Most of them are still with us today, and that's where we began. That was our humble beginnings. We started flag football, and we've won a few tournaments since then. And 4 years ago, we started the Hanoi Turkey Bowl, which was about bringing all the teams in Asia together. And we've grown it to this point where now you are a part of this, Mr. Law. We're honored to have you here. And in a nutshell, that's kind of how we come about.
Cool. Matt, introduce yourself, and then Peter and Gonzo introduce yourselves.
Hey, fellas. Nice to be here. Thanks for setting this up, Law. This is cool. I'm Matt. I'm one of the organizers of the Hanoi Turkey Bowl. And I think it's safe to say this past year was arguably our most successful. So really happy to be here recapping it with y'all.
Cool. Peter?
Yeah, my name's Peter. I'm from Ireland. I'm another day one guy from Hanoi Flag Football. Very lucky Corb started this thing. I think first time we played, it was pouring down rain. We had a bunch of guys come out, which I think shows the enthusiasm we've had for it. And yeah, I've been part of organizing ever since. And yeah, this Turkey Bowl was the funnest yet. We used to win it in the past, and then we started inviting teams like the Curry Bombers.
Fun fact here.
I don't know if we'll have you back next year. I don't know. We'll see.
Gonzo won the inaugural Turkey Bowl back in 2022, I think.
We had an unnecessarily stacked team. It was amazing.
We also only had 5 teams that were out there, so he was just beating up on a lot of the. We called it an international tournament because Gonzo brought his team out from Singapore, and those guys just came out and beat up on the Vietnamese guys out here.
That's how we do it, man. So maybe I'll just quick intro. Yeah, I'm Gonzo, Steven Gonzalez. I used to run the football program in Singapore. I was one of the guys that headed that up, and I was playing there for a long, long time. So I moved to Singapore in 2010 and then got involved with the Singapore Flag Football Association in 2011. So I've been playing football in Southeast Asia since then, man. We played eights for a long time, contact eights, and after COVID, everybody seems to want to move to fives. So when you guys in the Hanoi Turkey Bowl set your first tournament up, we came up and we're like, all right, we can change our format a little bit, come play with you guys. So it's been great. But no, now I live in Cambodia now most of the time, and honestly, I just really enjoy hanging out with the guys and girls. And so I'll travel around and go to as many tournaments as I can, either playing or commentating or however they'll have me. So it's great to be here, Law. Thank you, man.
Yeah, and I know everyone's going to give me credit for running this, but this is actually all Corb's idea and him sending me this platform for us to rock and roll. So thank you, Corb.
Thank you, Corb.
I'll make sure I cut that part out.
Leave it in.
let's go around real quick. What was the best moment you guys had at this past Turkey Bowl?
I'll start. I think one of the best moments that I experienced and I got to witness, and I'm pretty sure everyone else here also witnessed it, was actually not even from our own team, the Hanoi Old Guard, but it was actually watching our brothers and sisters on the other Hanoi team, the Hanoi Tide, come back from I think it was a 21-point deficit with a last-minute touchdown to go up over our rivals from the south, the Saigon Flaming Hot Flamingos. We've had a long, storied rivalry with those guys down there. They're doing some great work for the community as well. And basically, since day one, we've been going back and forth with them over who's the best team in Vietnam. And I think Hanoi has the edge in the record, but it was looking bleak for a minute. The Hanoi Tide was down by about, I think it was a 21-point deficit. They drove in the second half. They started playing some real solid defense, and then the go-ahead touchdown was caught by one of our youngest members of Hanoi Flag Football, James. That kid, he's like a sophomore in high school, and caught the go-ahead touchdown to beat our rivals. So for me, like pretty much everybody from our team, we rushed the field. We were gassing them up, and for me, that was like one of the best moments.
Nice.
No doubt, that was incredible. Hard to compete with that moment, but I think in general, I'll just say, just seeing the level of competition and seeing how inspired our local players were, especially the female players, because we're trying to recruit. It's hard to recruit. It's hard to get girls to play out here. It's a new sport, and it's something that doesn't have a lot of traction yet. But I know when some of our girls saw the teams, like on your team, Esteban, and some of the other ones, Akari, some of the incredible athletes out there, it was very inspiring for them. And that was really cool to see, because you've seen them at practice now, and they're going just a little bit harder, and they're training just a little bit stronger, and they're making more plays. And after all is said and done, that part has been incredible to see and be a part of. So I really appreciated the level of competition, the spirit you guys brought, Law, and obviously, Matt knows this well, and Gonzo commentating, tearing it up on the mic, like all together, the energy and the aftermath. It's been really neat to see, and that's been my favorite part about all this.
Yeah, man. I mean, for me, really, I think it's a little bit of sense of nostalgia whenever we go to see these things, because I mean, you guys know how it used to be, huh? When we were first getting started, and I mean, look, Law, we come to a situation where, let's be honest, like, ain't nobody know about American football in the parts of the world that we live in, right? I mean, still, when you look at this thing in totality, people just don't have a clue. I mean, we are such a small community of people, and the crazy thing is how much that has grown from basically zero to now what I would say one or maybe two. It's insane. I mean, it used to be, 10 years ago, we would maybe go to Vietnam and we would play against one other team, and we would just basically scrimmage against them for a weekend and then come back. And there was no pomp, there was no circumstance. There was maybe one tournament in Southeast Asia that we would look forward to, which is the one in Thailand. And otherwise, that was it. We would go to Bali. I remember one year we went and did a tournament in Bali. This is before 2023 when we hosted together, guys. But we literally played ourselves in Bali. We just went down to the Singapore guys and we literally played against ourselves. So it's like to see how far it's come, where the first Turkey Bowl that you guys have, as you said, I mean, you guys really struggled to get anybody from outside of Vietnam to come, and nobody really knew anybody. People weren't really friends. We weren't really connected around the region. So for the people listening, maybe a lot of Americans, right? Like, there's a number of countries now in Southeast Asia primarily that are playing football. So you guys in Vietnam, there's teams in Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, a lot of people in Indonesia, Philippines, of course. So there's a lot of countries. And then we could talk about Northern Asia, we would say, Hong Kong. Let's not even talk about how many people are playing football in China now, Korea, Japan, right? So it's like we didn't know anybody, Law, 5 years ago. We did not know. I did not know these guys. We did not know any of the people that we see. And so it was such a struggle for us to say, even get a hold of each other. Like, hey, we heard that you guys playing football in Singapore. Do you know if you might want to come to this tournament in Hanoi? And it was so difficult. And so now to see, what consistency has done for you guys. And you guys in Hanoi, I mean, one of the great things about you has been consistency. Like no matter what, every year we can rely on the Turkey Bowl. And so to see this happening and to see the growth from 4 years ago till today when we were struggling to get 5 teams, and today, you're not even allowing more than 12 teams. I know you guys had interest for 17, 20 teams to come to this darn tournament. And I know you guys had to turn people away because you just didn't even have the field capacity at that point in time. So really is a kind of a real testament to the sport. It's a testament to what I would say, the guys here and all of us being very intentional about trying to, meet each other, trying to be friends with each other and really putting in the work to go and visit each other and to see each other a couple times a year so that we could have this, nice community and we can all play football. So yeah, man, it's been really nothing short of amazing, guys. My
one thing, if I could add to that, and I mean, Gonzo kind of alluded to it, but one of the most important factors, I think, in the growth out here has just been that community aspect. Actually, there's a lot of there's so many more developed leagues that are out there. Like the leagues that are going on in China, Korea, Japan. A lot of awareness around it, so they don't struggle as much to get people to come out. Whereas out here in Southeast Asia, in Singapore and Vietnam, certainly, the community aspect has really been, I think, what sets us apart. We're not just going to like win every tournament, to win every game. Obviously, we're all competitors and we want to win and we all, leave it out on the field. But at the end of the day, once the final whistle blows, we're having beers together, on the sideline and like rooting for the team that's in the final, we're going to support Gonzo in the commentary booth, So I think that element of community has been a big driving factor behind the growth out here, which like Gonzo said, we started with 5 teams at the Turkey Bowl. We struggled. And this year we had, I think, something around 20 or so teams that wanted to come out, and we had to say no to a lot of them. Which, as an organizer, you never want to say no to people, but unfortunately, the unfortunate reality is we are limited in the field capacity that's available. So yeah, I mean, we're just blessed to be able to have the community out here. Corb and Peter are both integral parts of that, building that community, that kind of foundation. Specifically Corb, who, like Gonzo, he travels to a lot of the tournaments in the region in different capacities, and just kind of making people aware of like what the vibe is like at the Hanoi Turkey Bowl, and yeah. So I mean, I think that's certainly a big element.
That's actually how we met the Curry Bombers, was because Gonzo invited me to Ningbo. We did commentary there together. Like how many games? 28 straight games or something. It was kind of wild.
Crazy.
But then we saw the Curry Bombers. We met Law there, and exactly as Matt said, we're able to spread the love, and incredible that you guys made it out. And I want to ask you, Law, being that you're such a big part of flag football in the States, flag football here is so new. What was your experience like versus like what is normal for flag football back home? And when you came out here, how did you feel? How is it different? How is it the same? How was your experience about it?
The biggest thing that stood out to me was when we had the championship game and the sidelines were full. There's still people where the hanging thing was. There's a lot of teams still there. Whereas back in the States, when we get to the championship game, everyone's gone. Like everyone's pissed off. They lost in the semis, quarters, or whatever. They're going home. They're not staying to watch the championship game. It's pretty empty. But the community that stayed back, I don't know why they stayed. I don't know if you told them or you asked them to stay, and then but it was just cool to see all the teams there cheering on for either team. And then even at the ceremony at the end, teams still stayed and celebrated. I thought that was super, super cool. And it just showed like how close your group is and how much they care about the other flag players. It's not like no one has egos, and it's not about just them. They were they were cool. Like so many people came up and congratulated us. It was just a different feeling that we've ever had from back in the States. So I super appreciate that.
Amazing, man. We appreciate you.
Yeah, I think that speaks to the advantages of, like, as we said, it's still growing and it's still small in this part of the world. Like, you can't really make enemies. Like, you know, you see these people all the time, and, like, you know, assholes get weeded out pretty quickly, I'd say.
Okay. You guys mentioned it's hard to have women involved in flag football, or at least maybe in your guys' area, because obviously in ours it's massively growing. But I'm gonna bring Bree on because she brought an all women's team to the tournament, and it was so awesome. What's up, Bree?
Hello, how you going?
Good. How are
Hey,
you?
Bree.
Good.
Hey, Bree.
What's up, Bree?
Well, Bree, tell us about why you guys chose to bring an all women's team to a co-ed tournament. I know you guys had a couple guys.
Yeah. So I do want to correct it and saying, like, we had to keep it fair, like one male on the female on the field at all times. I know the rules. But no, I did just want to bring a predominantly female team just to show that, like, women can ball out as well. And we held our own. Like, we didn't lose by tons to everyone. We did also get a win, which was nice. There was a few people who dropped out last minute, so I think we would have done a lot better had that not happened. Also, I went to this tournament last year, and it was just, the community was amazing. I was like, we need to get our girls out here, start getting more people traveling. In Australia, we don't have a lot of players who travel to international tournaments, and I'm really trying to kick that off. And the Turkey Bowl is one of the best ones that I've been to. Just the community, the friendships. The level of competition was, like, even higher this year, which was really cool to see. And I think we'll again get more players involved. And there was more women this year as well, I noticed. So some of the teams had like 2 or 3 women on the field, rather than just the one.
What was your favorite on the field moment and your favorite off the field moment?
I think on the field moment was when Lucy made that, like, epic jump. She didn't get the bat down, but she was really quite close. There was a guy who was like, I'm not sure how tall he was. My guess would be around 6'5". She's about 5'3".
I think that was against our team, wasn't it?
That was, yeah. That was against
6 foot
Brennan.
10.
We got to share that photo. Somebody got to share that photo if you guys haven't. Where is that photo?
Peter could probably pull it.
That was insane.
Yeah.
She, like, looked back at the quarterback, looked at the player, looked him up and down, and then went to make an almighty jump. She almost had him. But that, I guess, is like, while I definitely want to have a predominantly female team in tournaments like this, you definitely need some guys, because they're like, she gave it as much effort as she possibly could, but just by way of nature, we are not as tall or as, like, fast and things as men.
Well, that guy he was up against, I think that guy's like 6'6" anyway. This guy is absolutely it's the nature of the beast sometimes.
He's 6'7", just for the record.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, damn. Yeah. So
It's
she jumped
absurd.
very high, which I was very proud of. Again, didn't get the bat down, but it was super proud. And then off the field moment, I don't even think I could pick one. Everyone is just so awesome. Like, it's that community thing that, like, we were all there cheering in the final. Like, both teams, like, had no skin in the game. So we're just like, any good play, we're like, heck yeah, like, let's go. That was all great.
What was the coolest thing you did in Hanoi outside of the football tournament?
In Hanoi. I love Hanoi. I'm not sure what the coolest thing was in Hanoi specifically. One of my favorite things in the trip in Vietnam in general was we did in Hoi An, we went on an ATV ride and we flipped the ATV, which was pretty funny. But I've never ridden an ATV before, so, like, things happen. But it was really fun. Never done that before, so that was a highlight.
Nice.
And I think, yeah, probably in Hanoi, it was just hanging out with everyone because our team trickled in. We were meeting up with people from other teams before the tournament. Oh, actually, one of the highlights was probably the trip before the tournament started that Corp had organized, going to the Bavi National Park.
Yeah, that was a fun trip. That was nice.
Really cool.
And last question.
I thought you were going to say it was when your teammates got on stage to sing with that band at the opening.
What?
Oh, look, that was probably another highlight. There was a really good lead singer of that band too. And yeah, a couple of our
You
people
forgot
went up.
looking after good.
Sorry.
I gotta
He
see
was
that
a little
footage.
short though.
Last question from me is: which team did you play against that had the best, like sportsmanship, like the heart of what Hanoi Flag Football is? It seems like it's sportsmanship. Any team kind of stand out more than the other?
I'd probably say that like Hanoi All Guard, just because like it's all the OGs from the teams, like really good players, really fun to play.
Thank you. That was a fun game, and we concur. And you guys are actually one of the few teams that we took a picture with just organically. Just happened, like we all got along pretty well that game. So I definitely agree with that. You guys are awesome.
Okay.
Cool. Any other questions you guys got for Bree before we hop on with the next one?
Coming back next year?
Oh, good question.
Absolutely. If you'd have us, 100%.
Wow. Okay, we're 1 out of 12 so far.
Let's not give Peter an aneurysm right now. We're long enough out. We don't have to start thinking about planning.
Dude, I'm fine. I've got my chill pills. I'm gonna pop one whenever I need it.
Bree, any last words on your end from Lady Gremlins?
Oh, just thank you for having us. It was awesome. Such an awesome experience, and yeah, one of the best tournaments in the region.
Nice.
Thank you.
Bree. It was super fun to spend time with you guys, Bree. You guys are awesome.
Sweet. All right. Bye, Bree.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. We're going to have. What the?
Oh, shit.
Oh, my
How
God.
do you pronounce
What
that?
was this guy? Yes.
What?
Just another guy in a boy band.
You're on mute, though. Pond, you're on mute. Mute. There we go.
Sorry, bro.
What's up,
Hey,
handsome?
Vaughn.
Hi. Hi, bro. Long time no see.
You guys ask some questions because
Yeah, Pond, what's your skincare routine? Because I want to get from you when can you shed some light on your morning skincare routine and your evening skincare routine before bedtime?
I would say just water, bro.
Sure. Why didn't I think of that?
What, water or beer?
Beer is not skincare. It's like inside inside scare.
For gut health. The beer is for gut health.
The soul.
Mental health.
Man,
And mental health. That's right.
this
Pond,
is
what team were you on?
insane.
Sibasi, bro.
Hey.
Wait, just hold that logo there for a little while longer. Ron, you have to explain. Tell us what exactly is on with this logo and what is the genesis of this team name? We need to know.
At first I tried to do like the Southeast Asian girls team. It's called Siba. Siba ba in Thai is mean crazy, like Southeast Asian crazy girls. So it's like a Siba. Siba is like the zebra, you know, and everyone in there is crazy. They're all crazy. So then I try to create the men's team also. So we try to think about the names to like a little bit like similar to Siba. So we come out with the Johan from Malaysia. He said like maybe we can be seamen. So like, okay, Southeast Asian men's, okay, it's fine, and it's like a little bit funny. And then the logo is come out with the donut. If you remember, he just go to like ChatGPT and like put just semen in it, and it's just come out like this, holding the beer and football. And that's fit all of us. Like we like take that. And then when we come out to like Hanoi, Turkey Bowls, we just combine Siba and cement. So we try to find something like catchy, like it's more catchy than Siba and cement. So like it's come out to Siba and Cipro.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Good choice.
But still, we still keep our mascot.
We didn't get exactly where we wanted, but we got some ways there. So here's the story. I was supposed to be on this team. Actually, this was the
Yes.
team that I was going to play in
You
the
ditched
Turkey
me.
Bowl with. And no, I didn't. Well, I kind of did. I'm
That's my
sorry,
fault.
I didn't ditch you. It's Matt's fault.
That's my fault. I was like, no way can we have Gonzo lining up across from us. We're gonna need him doing something else.
I said, look, okay, so I was gonna do the commentary, and I was like, all right, I'll do the commentary if you guys help you out. Corb was like, all right, we're gonna, we really want you to help with the commentary. And I was like, look, I already have a team. Can I do both? And he's like, oh, you need to speak to Matt. And so I was like, okay, I'll chat with Matt. And so I talked to Matt, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna do both. And Matt was like, bro, I'm really sorry, but we really just want you to focus only on the commentary. And I was like, bro, so if you're gonna do that, I can't play. What's in it for me? And I was like, is there going to be some, what they do? If you're the commentator, I'm going to fly all the way over there. I was like, you can help me out with the hotel.
All the way. It's like 45 minutes from Phnom Penh.
It's a 2-hour flight from Phnom Penh to Hanoi. So then he's like, yeah, we got you. We'll put you up in a hotel. So I was like, all right, and put me up in a hotel. And then this guy, tournament rolls around a couple days before. To be honest, like we were all trying to coordinate, and Corb and Peter, you guys did such a good job because you had 12 teams flying in, right? And one of the things we like to do when we go to a tournament like this is we all like to stay at the same hotel if we can. All the teams, the same hotel, party hotel. So we had a good experience with that in China this year, where they all put us in the same hotel. It was sick. And also at Pond's tournament, R4P Cup earlier this year is like a destination tournament in Thailand. So Pond, everybody's basically in the same location. So you're spending kind of morning, noon, and evening with people. You really get to make friends quickly, right? So I was like, should we, guys, why don't you channel the same vibe? Get a recommended hotel. So they did this whole recommended hotel. Only problem is nobody wanted to stay at the damn recommended hotel. But apparently there was too much evening activity going on at the extracurricular activity at the hotel, and it was far away from everything. So they put me up in a hotel that they booked last minute, and it is like this freaking dungeon 1-star hotel, $15 a night. I'm like, come this way, commentating crew. I gave up playing for you, Matt. Put me up in a $15 hotel. Even Pond is better than that, man, for his guys. I got so sick leaving that damn hotel, man. Probably had some kind of a.
Okay, in my defense, it was a 2-star hotel on Google, number one. Also, you didn't get me any of your information until you were like, oh, I'm still trying to figure it out where I'm going to stay. I was like, just tell me, bro. And then
partially Pond's fault. Pond also got the team organized very late. He booked some super random. The hotel that you booked, Pond, like it was some freaking like Disney hack job, Disney castle kind of vibe, man. I was like, what the hell is this room?
But well, for the listeners at home, we normally try to have, and in years past, the Turkey Bowl field has been a little bit more centrally located, but there wasn't enough. There was no field that could accommodate 12 teams like within the city center. So we were a little bit like on the outskirts, and so we and in the area where the team where we play, there's not a lot of choices around it. It's not exactly a tourist destination out there. Fun fact, Peter and I, being the organizers, were like, we're not going to stay, in our houses, because it's like an hour or more to like drive there in the morning. And so we were like, let's stay by the field. So we ended up staying in this like actual Love Hotel, like 5-minute walk from the field. And that was, it was fine, right, Peter? It wasn't terrible.
Yeah, I'll say I booked us that one, Matt, and you booked Gonzo's hotel. So next year, maybe I'll book Gonzo's as well.
Okay.
And we'll spend $11 on it instead of $15.
Yeah. We all must be held to account here, boys. I'm trying to share my screen and show you. This is the Kaksan Lieber Hotel. 4 stars, absolutely not. We were so cooked going into this hotel room. These photos were taken 25 years ago, man. This thing was so disgusting. The door was like so sketchy, man. Like, look at this dude. Man. But I got to say this. I have never seen a hotel staff. This man checked me into this hotel. He never said a single word to me. He just said, took the passport, gave me the thing back. That was it, man. It was ridiculous. But yeah, it was a good time. But all this back to Pond, and it's all because Pond booked his hotel late. Thank you, Pond. Now I got to stay in a 2-star hotel.
Yeah,
Pond, what was your favorite memory from the tournament, from the Turkey Bowl?
oh, I would say like the weather. The weather is cold. It's hard to find the cold weather in Southeast Asia, I would say.
Mm.
At that time, it's like, I don't know you planned it out or like anything, but it's just cold in that week. After that, it came a little bit hot, you know, and the cold, but a little bit dusty at that time. But everything is good, like the booths on the side that you have, like the alcohol, and we can sit down and chill with the cold weather with the beer, and like, you know, and like all the things over there is good, and the vibe of the every team, they are respect each others and trying to play flag, not tackle, you know.
What was your favorite play as a player?
I would say the one that I go against with Bunga Malaya, the last second drive on the first half that I throw to Tutu and he popped it back to Kazun and catch in the end zones. Yeah.
Was that that's
that
a
should be
planned
the one.
play, right? You guys planned that,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's a planned one. If you see like the in my huddles, you're just gonna see Tutu do like that. Okay, and then yeah.
Pond, you
Yeah,
run
I
your
was
own
gonna say.
events. So, what's something that we can improve on, or something they can improve on for the next tournament?
In Turkey Bowl, I would say it's a little bit hard for me also. Like when you are organizing, don't play because shits happen. You know, when shits happen and you on the fields, I've been there before, and it's really struggling like to put your two heads on the like one side on the managing and one side on playing, and you cannot figure it out both at the same time. That's really hard. So when I do the FOP, I tell my committees, if you want to play, play. Don't come into the organizing. If you want to play, go play. If you want to organize, don't play. So like you can focus just one at a time.
So, which one of these organizers couldn't play? You can pick one. Go ahead.
All of them.
Yeah, you need to choose like I did.
Let me ask you a question, Pond, maybe for the
Yes.
guys. So, Pond, you have your tournament every year in Thailand. So, R4P Cup, which is coming up in February. So, you had done this tournament in Bangkok, and then you had moved it down a couple hours to Pattaya. It's kind of interesting when you still have the same tournament, but you can maybe move it around to different locations to keep things kind of spicy for the players, give them a little bit of experience. So I guess I'm actually wondering for you guys, Hanoi guys, you know, how married are you to keeping this tournament in Hanoi? Because Vietnam is such an absolutely beautiful country. And, you know, you guys have talked about doing things maybe in central Vietnam and Da Nang, which is really amazing place, or even some other places. You know, I've never been to even some of the quote unquote suburbs of Hanoi, like Sapa or places like this. Like, would you guys ever consider moving the location of this specific tournament in subsequent years?
I would say on that one of the three, like Palm was talking about the weather, right? And one of the reasons we do it, I know Matt and Corp talk about Thanksgiving, and that's like part of why we do it in November. But another reason we do it in November is that's when the weather is nice in Hanoi. It's like, it's cool, but like the pollution isn't so bad yet. So basically, if we do it in November, the best place is northern Vietnam. If we do it at a different time of year, maybe Da Nang is good. But like in November, you wouldn't want to go to Da Nang because it's like there's a good chance you're gonna get a storm or something like that, and that ruins the whole
It's rainy
thing.
season in Da Nang at that time.
Yeah, but Corb, I know you've talked about doing stuff in Da Nang. Like, I mean,
Absolutely. We definitely want to do that. That's a great idea. Probably wouldn't be Turkey Bowl. I would say Turkey Bowl will stay in Hanoi in November every year. That's kind of a given.
The other thing too is like kind of like we were talking about at the very beginning, is like we're also trying to build the community out here. We don't have the numbers like other leagues might, and so like Turkey Bowl is kind of, you know, the annual event that we can always use to like push to get people to come out. You know, we'll start our Turkey Bowl recruitment, you know, after like in September. We'll have, you know, we have our open days, we have female only open days. And we basically use the Turkey Bowl as like that goal of trying to get as many people into the community as possible. And so, I mean, it's not that we're completely opposed to moving it, but it's just like for where we are now, the Turkey Bowl is a big part of how we get people to kind of turn out. And so as much as, you know, we'd love to do a, you know, tournament in Da Nang, it probably won't be the Turkey Bowl.
Mm-hmm. So actually, Laud, I don't want to take over, but it's really interesting because right now with you guys all being on the same call, I mean, you know, we really have, if you ask me, like from international, you know, tournament perspective, I mean, Pond's kind of got one of the biggest tournaments in Southeast Asia, and you guys have one of the biggest tournaments in Southeast Asia. Maybe, you know, you're probably still growing this, but what do you guys think? For me, Pond, maybe I'll ask you, like, what do you think about the organization right now, Southeast Asia Flag Football, the tournament scene? Do you guys think that there's opportunities for maybe you to collaborate in the future, to maybe organize something together, to make it a situation where there is some kind of interconnectivity between the tournaments, not from an organizational perspective, but from maybe, you know, that these tournaments could be adding up to something greater?
I would say we can. It's really easy to connect each other's. Like right now in R4P, we did connect to Indonesian associations to do maybe just for you guys to know, but it's live, so everybody knows. Like the next one is gonna be R4P Cup 3, right? So the next one is gonna be R4P Cup 4. We talking to Indonesian to go to host it in Bali.
Oh wow!
And after R4P Cup 4, we're gonna change R4P Cup to be 2 years apart. So in that 2 years after R4P Cup 4, we're gonna go around and do the qualifier for R4P Cup 5. So we can go down to Vietnam, Indo, Philippines, Malaysians, Korea, China, to do like the qualifying round first. So we can do it Turkey Bowls also, but I want to keep the Turkey Bowl vibe. I don't want to mess around with it, because Turkey Bowl is Turkey Bowls. But we can do something else new, like not like Turkey Bowls, like something else to make it more different. Why? Like a lot of time when I go, since like I know Law goes a lot and Gonzo go a lot, like internationally, you don't go the same place 3 or 4 years straight because you get bored. Like the place wise, the people wise, the team wise, you try to go somewhere else to see. Like you're playing a golf. You don't go to the same course over and over.
Yeah, I didn't like his answer. I had to kick him off.
Yeah.
Get him out of here. Start talking about golf. Who cares about that?
And just for the viewers, how many teams does Pond have in R4P, Gonzo, or anyone who knows that? His tournament's massive.
We're on 50 this year.
Yeah.
3.
We're talking like 50 teams.
But actually, Corb, what do you? So let's talk maybe, you know, because there's folks that maybe aren't a part of the Southeast Asian flag football scene. Like, how would you describe, you know, where you see a tournament like R4P Cup fitting in, and then how do you guys view a tournament like what Pond mentioned is the vibe of Turkey Bowl? What is the vibe of Turkey Bowl? Where are you guys going with that? And where do you see that it fits into the broader kind of layout of tournaments?
Man, that's a great question. That's something that any can go ahead.
Yeah, no, I've got a pretty good sense of this. Basically, Turkey Bowl, or maybe I should say it like this. So we played at R4P a couple years ago. I'm repping the Buffaloes actually right now. So this was the team we sent. It was a unity team between the North in Hanoi and the South Saigon guys. We all put a unity team together and went and competed at R4P. And I mean, the level of competition, the level of just, well, also organizationally is just like far and beyond like anything that Turkey Bowl is, you know, and they're kind of like what we look to as the gold standard for organizing tournaments. I mean, they've got everything from and Pond does a great job of making sure, you know, each team has like a volunteer kind of assistant to help manage you know, the team. The facilities are always top class, and like, so in terms of the vibes, you know, you go to R4P to like, you go there to win. You're not going there to, I mean, you make friends obviously, but like you go there to like put your best guys out, or your best girls, because there's a whole women's bracket as well, and it's like the best players are going to play. It's not. And then the Turkey Bowl vibe, kind of like I was talking about before, it's more like it's about the community. You know, we're still a young organization in a young league. Like, we need to have people feeling involved, and like not just a bunch of testosterone fueled kind of collisions happening on the field, you know, especially because we've got a lot of first time people. We've got a lot of young people as well that come out that have never played the game before, or have only played, you know, pickup games with us on Saturday. And so I think the vibe difference is like you go to Turkey Bowl to like compete, but also because, you know, there's that more communal aspect where that we actually focus you know, a lot of like the Thanksgiving vibes around it. It's like we're family, we're all in Southeast Asia. A lot of us are expats, especially, you know, from the US, you know, where Thanksgiving's a big part of, or football is a big part of Thanksgiving, right? And so like we try really hard to obviously keep competition levels high, but like that's not the end goal. When we're doing Turkey Bowl, the goal is not to like kick everyone's ass. It's to like play well, hang out, make friends, and help grow the community, specifically in Hanoi, but also Vietnam more broadly and Southeast Asia. You know, we don't have the luxury of having years of being established like Pond does out in Thailand, and it's something that I know he and like all the folks at R4P that they've worked really hard to build. And, you know, that's, you know, maybe we'll get there one day. You know, that's the hope, that's the goal. But I think from a vibes perspective, you look at a tournament like R4P and it's like best people playing at all times. We're not subbing, you know, if we don't have to. And Turkey Bowl, it's like you want everyone to play, you want everyone to feel involved and included. And it's
We're co-ed.
And co-ed.
Yeah, if I could share like one anecdote that I think that illustrates what Matt's saying is like as we said, we had more entries than the 20-something teams wanted to come. When we're picking the teams, we don't pick like, okay, who are the 12 best teams? We want to see the best football we can see in Hanoi. Like, we're not, you know, yeah, we want to be competitive. We want, you know, good football, but that's like very low down the priority list, basically. Like the community stuff is much more important, like I was saying.
We do kind of like a vibe check of like, you know, when we looked at the teams, we're like, all right, who's going to be someone that's going to hang out and have a beer with us, you know, after a day of playing flag football and being exhausted. Like, who's gonna bring people around that are not going to be like, you know, a-holes trying to like talk a bunch of smack on the field and like disrespect other people. Like, it's not about that, right? It's so we'll do. I mean, it's not scientific. We're just like, all right, we know Pond's a good dude, and like we know he's down to get after it. After, you know, once we're done playing, and so we're like, all right, obviously, you know, he's in, and so that's like our process, if you want to call it that.
But then also just to wrap the bow for you guys, I mean, for people that are thinking about maybe should this be a tournament to come to next year, I mean, you guys are really really thinking about the experience a lot, and not just the football on-field experience, but the off-field experience. I sometimes think you guys even think more about that than you do the on-field experience, and that's not to detract from the football quality. But I mean, you guys had, 2 days, couple days before the event, you guys had an optional day trip planned out to the hiking that we did in Bavi, in the kind of a mountainous area just outside of Hanoi. Right, you guys have a welcome party, and Matt, we alluded to it earlier, but Matt has a band in Hanoi, the Folk Ups, and you guys played a whole set, unbelievable set for everybody. So everybody's getting together, seeing everybody the day of. In between the day between the games, there's a full-on Thanksgiving dinner because it's the week before Thanksgiving, and then there's basically an end of tournament party as well after the last day's game. So we're talking about, at minimum, 4 off the field events for a 2-day tournament. And so it's like, if you're going there, you have a lot of opportunities to socialize. So just to say that, I mean, I know, you guys really, I mean, I would say right now, in terms of tournaments that I've been to in Asia, you guys are really, setting a gold standard for the kind of overall tournament experience on and off the field. So I think you guys really got to keep that up, because it's really a big draw. And Law, I've got to imagine that it must have been a lot of fun to go out and kind of be a part of all that, right? I mean, you kind of feel like maybe you got your money's worth paying for a flight to come out, when there's so many cool things that you can do that aren't just playing football, hey?
Yeah. No, just exploring Hanoi and Vietnam, and just everything being so cost effective. It was pretty mind blowing, man. Like, I told all my friends, all 3 of them, that like everyone wants to come to Vietnam next year. Everyone's like, "Hey, I'm in for Turkey Bowl." I'm like, I don't know how many teams they're gonna take, but if you guys allow it, we'd like to bring 2 teams and like spread the love between the 2 teams, so that like you said, it's not about winning and all that stuff. It's about competing, but just having a good vibe with everything. So a lot of people want to come based off like the stuff they've seen online, all the videos, all the stuff we've posted. A lot of people are interested.
Very cool.
Pond.
So Gonzo, it sounds like you're saying we're the best at drinking, basically.
You guys are you're gonna have to compete with Pond on that one, man. This guy is unbelievable.
All right, I know we got a bunch of people to bring on, but Pond, any last words? Any feedback, like good feedback for from the Turkey Bowl, or anything you want to say to the people?
Like, just everything is great. Everybody is loving the vibe. Just a little bit of like the turf is a little bit of like slippery, and like everyone get hurt from the turf.
Yeah.
If we can get like better fields, it's gonna be really great. Like, yeah, that should be it for your tournaments. And like, yeah,
And the most important question: are you coming back next year?
always. I have talked with them like for like 2 or 3 years, but I can't find like the teams and like the time to go there. But this year, it's just like we plan it to go like for like 5 months.
Nice.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, bro.
We got 2 out of 12 now. 2 out of 12.
And hey, Pond, we'll see you in a couple. We'll see you in a couple months at R4P. We're bringing the Buffaloes back out,
and you'll be surprised.
Oh,
yeah, we got to get the Curry
don't need
Bombers
to do like, yeah. I talked to him like for many times.
We plan on bringing
and like
2
you'll be
teams.
surprised.
Spread the love.
Yes. Yeah. That's great.
Love it.
And you'll be surprised this time, because you don't need to do like the referee things. It's the first time ever in Southeast Asia, maybe, that you don't need to do like the officials.
Okay.
Yeah. So like we
I
bought
enjoy that
all the officials from all around the world to do it for you, like 40 officials.
amazing.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, hope you enjoy like the next Afro pickup. Yes.
Cool. Thank you, Pond, for joining us.
Thank you, Pond.
See you, brother.
Bye bye.
From Cop. Oh.
All right, let's bring on some new blood. Yo!
Hello. Hi, guys. Hello.
Nice to see you.
Hello.
Wow.
You guys.
This is hysterical.
Go ahead, Gonzo.
Yeah, man. You guys are so
I've been
awesome. What I think that these guys are correct me if I'm wrong, but everybody says this is the power couple in Hanoi. Vietnamese
Turn
power
this
couple.
Vietnam right here.
Flag football
Oh.
power couple. We got a former basketball player here, an incredible female player. Man, it's great to see you. You guys know him a lot better. You can hype him up more than me.
Well, I'll just say this. I'll say this. Fung Ang is coming off an MVP performance at the internal Raiders tournament that they did on Thursday. I think Fung Ang, you had like 2 sacks, 2 safeties,
Yeah, 2 safety and 8-point touchdown.
and an 8-point tutty. Oh my God. Unbelievable. MVP performance over here.
Great to see you guys, and I think we're pretty fortunate because we have the young blood of Hanoi, of the heart and soul of where we're at, and we can get their perspective on how they see things in their hometown specifically.
Sao chú gọi gì? Sorry, can you say it again?
Oh yeah.
So question is, so for Ming or Fung Ang, you know, how has flag football been for you guys? How do you enjoy it? What do you love about it? What do you think about the Turkey Bowl and what's in the future?
You. Anh nghĩ gì nữa?
Okay.
You first.
Okay, what do you think about flag football?
Okay, let me tell you. Okay, before taking flag football seriously, I was really nervous before, and I didn't really think I could play well or contribute too much in flag football or in Raiders in HF. But before the recent Turkey season, and I spent time to practice and focus on training sessions. I really focus on. And Ming also analyzed the situation on the field for me. And after the season, I really feel like motivated and determined to become stronger than ever. And I'm, yeah. So I really thank Ming. I want to say thank Ming to, sorry, sorry,
A lot of neighbors.
neighbors.
Neighbors coming.
I want to say thank to Ming for bring me here, and thank you Corp Matt and to Duan for support us in HFF Hanoi Flag Football. And I want
you.
our community will become like
Expand.
expand in the future. Yeah.
It's great.
You.
Thank you.
Yeah, and so I mean, Fung Ang and Ming are just the way that they've kind of grown in the community out here has just been like a remarkable thing to watch. You know, again, I feel like I've said this a million times now, but like we're still such a young organization, and like our big goal going into building this community has been like, how can we bring the game of flag football to Vietnam? And Ming and Fung Ang have been some of our biggest advocates off the field and bringing in new Vietnamese players who are, you know, athletic, but have never touched a football before, that are now some like absolute studs. I mean, you can't see it on the camera, but Ming's about 6'2", 195 probably. And Fung Ang is she runs probably like, you know, a 4.5 40. If you see her rushing, she's a absolute menace for quarterbacks out there. And I speak from personal experience, but again, just watching the growth and the progress that they've both made on the field for themselves, but then also what they've contributed to the community as a whole, bringing in new Vietnamese players, along with, you know, Fung Ang mentioned some of them, Duan, Duc Ang's out there. You know, I don't know if he's watching, but you know, they've been a really big part of helping to actually grow among the Vietnamese community out here. Thank you, guys.
And once it catches fire, which it's happening now, you can see the shift is happening now. The practices on Thursday are growing to 20, 30 people. and that is happening right now. The critical mass is actually this next year. It's going to be very huge for local flag football in Hanoi.
That's right. And last year, I remember Raider team, we have around 10 people, 10 people play. And like mostly Vietnamese, I know about flag football, it's just an accident. I was in professional basketball. I play in the gym and I saw a guy. He, he threw the ball. And I got distracted by that. I see that and I say, oh, that's football. I really like that. And then when I end my contract of basketball, I go to the hard knock practice and I say, oh, that's good, good community and good sport, and I keep following until now. So it just luckily I know the guy who throwing the ball, and luckily I know the community that's very supportive and very healthy, and yeah, like that. And also in Raiders we have now like 40 after 2 years, so that's great. Community expanded, and I really like that.
Thank you, brother.
Nice.
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thank
Yes.
you guys both for coming on.
Yes, thank
Thank
you.
you.
What's up,
Thank
little
you.
man?
So little man.
Hey!
Neighbor.
Oh. All right, guys.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Thank you.
Bye bye, guys. Too.
Great to see you guys.
Guys,
Oh man,
Hanoi style.
that is annoying. All right, Brandon. You're
go.
muted though. You're muted.
Oh, great chin shot right there.
Pause.
There we go. Here I am. Okay.
Scenery.
Hey, thanks for waiting, man.
Hey, no problem. It's been interesting to listen to all the conversations that have been happening.
Brandon, what team are you on, or were you on?
So I was on the Hong Kong team, the Ball Hawks. We're mainly just a local team of guys who've met over the last few years, come together to play, and we've been looking for some more competitive action. And Turkey Bowl came on to our radar, I think, through social media, and I think we were blown away by just how good the tournament was.
Anything specific? Like what was like the top thing that kind of popped up for you?
I mean, a lot of things people have already said. I was just like thinking, I got nothing new to say because it's already been stated. The organization, the community, like the community aspect was unreal. Like even like playing you guys, you guys were smoking everybody, yet you were the most gracious winners. There was no attitude or sense of like, we're better than everybody. So I think just win or lose, everybody was ready to hang out afterwards. And I think just meeting so many new people who love football was probably the best memory of the whole thing.
Nice. The team that you have, is it you guys play locally together, or?
We have a league in Hong Kong. It's about 14 to 20 teams strong depending on which season. We have 2 seasons, spring and fall. The Chinese tackle season eats into our participation in the fall, so it was a bit smaller. But yeah, like most of my guys are expatriates, but we've in the last couple of years have started to meet and pick up some local Hong Kong players as well. And this is the first time we did anything with in a co-ed tournament. So we just talked to some of the women that we just know from seeing on Sundays and asked them to come play with us. So that's kind of how we came together.
Oh, no chemistry from these because first time playing with them.
Yeah, we tried to organize a couple of practices to kind of get our bearings. Wasn't able to happen. So like the first time we stepped on the field against the Philippine team, which was like, what a great way to start. Play the defending champs in your first game together. So it was trial by fire, which is like probably the best practice in the end. So we now know that you can make it 3 out of 12 teams that want to come back now, because we definitely want to come back, and we'll put a little more prep into it and make sure everyone's on the same page.
Nice. What was your best non-football moment in Hanoi?
Okay, this is a good one.
Appropriate.
Appropriate. It was all very appropriate. My favorite off-field moment was after the tournament was over, and I'd been like, kind of getting excited about doing a jersey swap. I just like the idea of collecting jerseys from other teams. And the first person to approach me was the rusher from the Hanoi team, Alex. And that guy is such a character. Like,
get him in here.
So he just he approaches the game with a very high intensity. It was a little off-putting while I was playing him. I was like, I don't really have a high opinion of this guy. I'm being very, very kind right now with what I was saying at the time. But afterwards, Sunday afternoon, he comes, taps me on the shoulder, says, "Hey," and we start talking. He ends up just being like, he's a good guy. He's fine. He's a competitive player. And he was my first jersey swap, and I just thought that was really cool.
Brandon,
so much.
we've heard this so many times. He's like this with everyone.
Yeah,
like QBs especially, they're like, oh, total asshole on the field. But
let me just tell you, Brendan. Like, so Alex is probably one of Peter and I's like closest friends, and he's like probably he's not a day one guy, but he's like a day 2, day 3 guy with Hanoi Flag, and like you kind of when you're starting to play against other people, you're kind of like sizing each other up, like, all right, how much do I have to worry about this guy? It was probably a month or two into us playing, and I was playing quarterback, and he was rushing. And at this point, we'd been sort of friendly and like think we were cool, but I swear to God, I wanted to knock his teeth out when he was rushing, and like he was just he's an absolute menace because he's yapping the whole time, just yapping. And like as a quarterback, you're like, dude, just shut up, man. And but then you realize like, okay, he's a good guy to have on your team because he can cause some pretty serious mental breakdowns in the quarterback play as the game goes on.
The funniest in-game moment was I went to throw a ball and he jumped up to block it. He didn't get it, but when he landed chest to chest at me, and I just stood there. And I wasn't offended. It wasn't like I wasn't looking for a foul. He barely touched me. And then he just stares me down. I'm like, what? Why are you staring me down, man? Like I'm not mad that you hit me. It's okay. And he starts talking. And then the ref, who's one of the Flamingo guys, he just goes, "All right, Alex, that's enough." Like he already knew. I'm like, oh, this is not a new thing.
Yeah, no. So he got it. So the ref came over to me and was like, "Matt, that's Alex's first warning," because they're very familiar with Alex. And so we're like, "Yep, okay, that checks out."
Yeah. So him and I, like him coming over to me afterwards, just kind of like I got the whole picture, and him and I jersey swapping was just that was a really cool moment. And then everybody else afterwards meeting and swapping was great.
That's awesome, man.
Brandon, you got a really strong arm, but you could also move when you run. Like you were flying around the field. Why didn't you use your legs more often?
Because one time that I did on that field, I ended up going completely horizontal, and everyone's like thought I was concussed because I smacked my head off the field.
Oh crap!
Yeah, so I actually didn't hit my head. I landed completely on my back, and like very, very fortunate it didn't happen. So the turf made it difficult for me to want to take off too much. Yeah. I wasn't able to get my traction going, so that's the only reason I didn't do it as much. But thanks for the compliment.
Fair. Understood. What's one play that you remember that was like your favorite play of the whole tournament for your team?
Yeah. So our last game was against the Sebro team, and we had a rough tournament. We'd only won one game against the Gremlins on Saturday, and then we got spanked by you guys in the quarterfinals. So this is our last game. So we're just like, let's go win, right? And it was close and it was tight, and we were on, it was like 4th down, 5 yards out or 5 or 10 yards out from the end zone. So we had to get a first down. And we had this little Filipino woman, Ruby, who rushed on Saturday, but we put her on offense on Sunday. and she got open on this corner play, and I just like heaved it downfield to her, and she caught it and like went for some yak yards and got us the first down. And we were able to end up scoring later on the drive that ended up being the deciding factor. That was probably the coolest one because she has great hands for a small person.
Nice. Cool.
That was awesome, and I love that play too because your whole team went crazy for her. I was actually repping the field next to you, and I remember that play. And that play is all about that spirit. So that was an incredible play.
Yeah, it was great. Like, that was like the vibe of our team the whole tournament. Like we wanted to win, but things weren't going our way. But nobody on our team like let it get them down. Like every game we thought, let's go and get this one. And afterwards we were like, we didn't get it, but like, well, who cares? Like we're just having we had so much fun. We didn't really care in the end about the wins and losses.
Awesome, man.
Yeah. So please have the Ball Hawks back again.
The question we all want to know, Brandon, how's your poll going, buddy? This guy's talking about hosting a tournament 2026 in Hong Kong. We need it, Brandon.
Oh my God, guys. The trying to acquire a field is ridiculous in Hong Kong because there's so much limited space. Like all the public fields, you have to apply for a ballot, and we, as of right now, cannot get a field for more than 4 hours at a time. So not enough for a tournament. And then we just were getting quotes from some private facilities, and the amount they're charging, it's really prohibitive. Doesn't mean we won't do it, but it just means we really need to think hard about like what's going to make teams want to come and help, like and pay a team fee when we got to cover a field cost that's insane. So we're working on it right now. Like we were thinking of doing something in like the early 2026, but now it's too close. And I talked to Corb about like how far out do you guys plan? He said 4 to 6 months. I'm like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. So maybe we'll do something in the early fall, or maybe just wait till next February and March when the tournament calendar seems to be kind of quiet at that time, minus the R4P. So yeah, we're gonna look in the next year and a half to get our first one going. And if it's not international, we'll at least do something with the teams that's coming over from China and just kind of get our feet wet in terms of organization.
Yeah. How difficult is it, me just being a complete noob on this stuff, but you guys have Macau very nearby, a lot of hotels, a lot of stuff going on. Is Macau some kind of maybe an alternative option for you since it's just a ferry ride over, or is that kind of not really something you'd look at?
It's been brought up. Chris, who is our league president, Johnny, who I think you're going to have him on. They've done more of the organization. So they've mentioned like, let's just rent a field in Shenzhen, or let's go to Macau. So it's been talked about. For me, it's been like, well, I just want to do it in Hong Kong. Like it's where we are. But again, with the things I've been just speaking to you guys about, it might be something we really seriously look at. Is just like remotely hosting somewhere not too far, like Macau. It could be done. They have fields there.
Yeah, really interesting. Well, when you do it, we'll definitely be supporting, brother.
All right, thanks, guys.
Same. Brandon, did you get a chance to see Gonzo, Matt, or Corb, or them play at all?
Well, I played against Corb's team. They were in our pool, and again, it was a really competitive game. They beat us by like 9 points. Then we're happy to have beers and handshake afterwards. So yeah, again, like the football in Hanoi and in Vietnam I was really impressed. I didn't know what to expect, but all the teams that were from Vietnam held themselves well, and Hanoi Old Guard was right up there. Like you guys have a really good squad.
How would you describe Corb as a player?
Menacing.
Oh.
Tell
me more.
Well, he's a big dude. He's a big presence on the field. So you don't want to get trying to want to avoid guys like that and trying to find smaller players to who you can jump over. But no, he was
too kind.
That's about it.
Okay. Fair. Cool. Well, thank you for joining. I know we got a bunch of people to bring on, but yeah, I'd love to see you next year there.
Yeah, thanks for having me along, guys. Good to talk to you again. Great tournament, and yeah, let's do it all again in next fall.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. You're the
man,
bro.
Take care, guys.
Great dude.
From the 12 teams that came in from this past tournament, are you guys inviting all 12 back, or is anybody getting exiled?
We haven't even considered like making the registration form yet, man. We're still out.
Imagine.
Here we
Just
go.
bumps the guy out. Oh, no. Get him out of here.
You're on mute, brother.
Bro, you're driving, bro. What are you doing?
This is a liability issue.
Oh. He's down under. He's on Australia. They drive on the other side.
Credit for going on mobile, trying to get in here. We appreciate you, Callum.
G'day, guys. How are you all?
Yeah, it's a bit how you going, mate.
Loving the podcast so far. You got Fijian Superman, the goat of commentary, Corb, nicest guy in the world, and then those two guys that fucked up our pools.
Yeah.
Tell us more about this mess up.
Nah, just kidding. I'm just playing with you.
Callum, let's cut the shit, man. What happened and capture the flag, bro? Fuck. What? Come on. How are you losing to Corb in the fucking finals? What are you in Law? How are you losing to Law in the finals? What are you doing?
Bro, what is this guy is like a flag football mastermind. Like, I go out there thinking I'm versing some Timu athlete, and then he's just the most creative, duping guy I've ever met. And you know what? No one's ever got a bad word to say about Law, so I thought I might be the first. He's the nicest guy in flag football, unless you're in a tight game with him. This guy's, we're chirping each other. I'm trying to, I know he's got the go route. I'm telling him his shoelaces are untied. He runs the go route, scores the touchdown, and turns to me and goes, I guess I'll tie him up a little later.
True story. A true story. It was a good game, though. It was a good game.
It was a good game. You don't want a grand final to not like. It was just
Jesus
man, the whole time. It was awesome.
But for the Turkey Bowl, what was your favorite moments in the Turkey Bowl?
The Turkey Bowl's a community tournament. It's really cool. Getting to bring rookies in and like different nationalities. It's just one for the culture. That's kind of been my favorite thing about flag football. So prioritizing these kind of tournaments where you can do co-ed and you can bring in a bunch of nationalities and play together. That's kind of my highlight in flag. Like, yeah, I'd love to win one, but I've come to realize that's what makes this sport so great, is like men and women can compete with each other at such a high level, and it's played all around the world and everyone loves it. So and the Turkey Bowl just facilitated that so well. So yeah, very grateful to be a part of it.
What's one play that you remember that was like, man, this was the dopest play for your team?
Well, I did do one play that Gonzo was commentating on, where I stepped in at quarterback and he called me Callum Hill. Like, me and Gonzo haven't been friends all year. He calls me Callum Hill. And then I did this rugby pass. It's like really natural in rugby to be able to do a flick pass, but if you do it in football, everyone loses their minds. And Gonzo's commentary on that was just like next level. It's like behind the back 360 flick pass or some shit. I'm like, okay, that's...
I'm gonna drop Matt in the shit. That was Matt did that. That was Matt misnamed you and lost his shit. That was the one game gone to the break, I think.
The semifinals, eh? So, the consolation.
The person who caught the pass was Chloe Hill. So, I mean, it kind of works.
Yeah. It was Matt on the mic, Callum. I would never mess up your name ever. Just blew your mind.
I don't have the commentating juice that Gonzo has.
Callum, this has been a really big year for you, brother. I didn't even know you at the beginning of this year, and now we've been friends for 45 years. You are a guy who I would say right now, in terms of, we talked to Bree about this earlier and how she's bringing people up from Australia, and she's like, there's not a lot of people from Australia that want to travel. You're kind of like the male pioneer, poster boy of guys who are traveling a lot from Australia, because to be honest with you, we haven't seen anybody. We didn't know anybody who was playing flag football in Australia before we met you. And now we know so many people, man. Tell us, like, what's the year been like? Because Dingo's, united as a team. I don't even think you guys existed at the beginning of this year. And man, you've been coming to all the tournaments. You know, you were in Korea, you were in the Philippines. What the heck? I'm probably forgetting one or two other tournaments that we were at together. But geez, man, you're in Vietnam as well. What's it been like, man?
Forgive me, I'm not sure if I'm breaking up or it's you. It's probably me because I'm driving.
It's for you. It's for sure you.
Yeah, am I all right? What's
your year like been, brother? Because we didn't even know you at the beginning of this year, and now you are a very known man. How has this been? Like, what got you really engaged into, especially traveling up to Southeast Asia for tournaments? Because these are long flights for you. How has this been?
Well, yeah, I heard you say Bree, so she's definitely the pioneer in Australia, and I always kind of had that dream to do it as well. And there was no guys interested. There's a lot of people interested now because they've seen how fun it is. But it all started like I remember I was on the Oz squad for Finland, and then I didn't get selected. I tore my meniscus. And I was like, yeah, you're turning 30. Like, are you just never going to travel internationally and do it? And then I ran into like Pond and Darius and Dags and stuff at Capture the Flag the first time. And they were just so warm and welcoming. So I made friends with them. I traveled to Thailand, got invited to an international trip. And then I don't know if you guys know Nina. She's a really great Filipino athlete. I met her, she moved to Melbourne, and I just explained to her like the dream of the dingoes, and she already had a good reputation. So she bought into it with me, and we started the dingoes together and signed up for the Korea trip. But I also was so blessed to also meet Boomy and Darius and stuff from Thailand, and they welcomed me in with the droids and Flag and Ball Z. So once I had a taste in Ho Chi Minh and then Ningbo, I just couldn't get enough of it, and it's really addictive. These flag tournaments, like I'm just like, that's where all my leave's going now, is just playing flag around the world. And I think you'll see a lot more Australian and New Zealand athletes starting to make their way in. We've already seen some teams start to enter some local comps that have been asking me questions about international. So you'll see a lot more of these athletes from Australia and New Zealand starting to make their way over. All I hope is that they buy into the culture that all you guys in this chat have started of like socializing and it's such a friendly community. I think that's the priority, and then they can be competitive as a second priority. Well, that's how I see it anyway.
Same.
If you don't mind my asking, Callum, so you, as you mentioned, you joined the SummerSlam tournament, which is run by our friends down in Saigon. What was your experience like at SummerSlam compared with your experience at the Turkey Bowl? Can you talk a little bit about that as someone that did both?
Yeah, so I would say SummerSlam was my first experience, and I was just grateful to be on a team. If we're talking about the way things are run, I feel like Turkey Bowl felt like a bigger stage, but they both had really good social aspects. But like Turkey Bowl, I would say in terms of social aspects, you're like doing something every night, right? Like you better free up some calendar time and make sure you don't have jet lag, because I was like running on zero sleep that whole weekend just trying to keep up with everything. I loved both, honestly. Vietnam is just such a great country. It's so affordable. I love the co-ed format. I think for culture's sake, I love just being able to mix it, and it's easier for guys to travel with their girlfriends. That's coming from Australia anyway. Like it's hard to sell a trip to your partner But if you can sell it to her with like, hey, I'm coming and you can play, or like you can have a few runs, then it's like much easier to get these guys over. But yeah, I was still grateful for SummerSlam. I thought it was ran terrific. I thought the streams were really cool. I thought the competition was pretty good. And like I was the part of such a beautiful team. Like I don't know if you know all those guys that were in the Flag and Bull Z, but like we had Pon, Timo, Darius, Boomy. Like it's always going to be a fun time when you're playing football with those guys.
Nice. What's your plan for next year in terms of Turkey Bowl?
Turkey Bowl. Well, if we're welcome back, yeah, we'll field a team for sure. I mean, it's Amelie and Marcel's anniversary, so I've already told them the next 5 years they know where they're spending their anniversary, because I'm not sure if you saw, but he threw a touchdown to her, and then we all held up a sign that said, "Will you be my girlfriend?" So like through technicality, I think like we have to be invited back, even if that means knocking the Curry Bombers out, just like through some sort of like contractual obligation to love. Like, do you hate love law?
Yeah.
No, I'll play with you guys.
This is literally the interview. The interview
Oh,
to
bro,
come back.
I'd love to pick that mind. That sounds kind. No Diddy.
No, Diddy's crazy.
Alan, what is your year more broadly? What tournaments are you eyeing in 2026 besides Turkey Bowl? You're going to be at R4P, huh?
Yeah, so we've entered R4P. We're doing a bit of a Korean collaboration for that, so that's kind of
Nice.
exciting. Get another international flag with some other names. For me, like R4P is going to be just a culture tournament. I really want to make sure we're all having fun. It's not about, like, obviously we'll make a playoff run. That's the goal. But I just want to make sure the guys are having fun. And then Camp Beasy, hopefully the KFFL, because I think Jason does a great job running that tournament. I thought the first one was a great success. Really love getting second place. That's kind of a hobby of mine. I look great in silver as well. So, and then, yeah, also we have our nationals here, which is a really high standard competition in Australia. So you represent your state and your city, and you verse all the other states and cities. So that and R4P is what's next.
Cool.
Can't wait to see you there, brother.
Hey, Laura, I heard you were born in Melbourne.
What? Who would say something like that?
My state team tryout.
Oh, yeah. Get the paperwork ready.
Beautiful.
Man, it's such a cool place. I don't know if you guys have been to Australia or not, but man, like the people, I know people in Vietnam are really nice, but even in Australia, like we'd play against these guys and we'd like battle and go at it. And then after the game, like everyone's dapping each other up and like cheering each other on for the next game. It was kind of weird to us, like people staying even in Australia and like just being so friendly, even though we're so competitive. Like, because those guys, especially the guys from the national team, man, they're super competitive, but they're like off the field, they were super nice, which is again a huge culture shock for us because it's the opposite in the States. So
Got to get down there. Got to get down there next year, guys. What are we doing? Matt, Pete, Corb? We got to get down there, man.
Well, as someone that lived in Australia for a little while myself, I lived in Sydney though. I'd love any excuse to get back.
Sweet. You should organize the tournament yourself, brother. Bring us all down.
There's a Melbourne winter tournament starting that Josh that ran the Croydon Rangers team. He's planning to make a nice co-ed tournament and he wants to make it huge. So that'll be in Melbourne. So I'll make sure I fold the couch out for you, Gonzo, so you can have sleepovers.
You know, I need it.
Hey, I'm sure they'll need a commentator, to be fair. I would definitely be putting your name first.
I'm going to come to spank you. I'm not going to be commentating. I'm going to come to cook you.
Oh, wow.
Unless you can't cook me if you're on my team, mate. Also, Steve Neer's having a tournament too. I would love to get along to that. I don't know if you guys have played his tournaments, but apparently he makes a good time. I'd love to hear feedback on that.
June 12th, 14th, the MFL Classic. It's going to be a good one.
Cool. Colin, thank you for joining us, brother. I'll see you at R4P.
Much love, guys. Love you guys. Take care.
See you, brother. See you soon. See you in Thailand. What a guy.
Speaking of Steve.
No shit.
Steve.
Do what you can.
He's probably putting some clothes on.
Guy's probably he's probably out, man. We brought him in.
Merry Christmas! Yo, you got to check this out. So I'm playing in a tournament right now. We got the Christmas spirit going on with the Curry Bombers jersey. I got the Christmas hat. You know, we're having a good time. So, how you guys doing?
We miss you, man. We miss you.
Love it.
And of course, I got my beer. And, you know me.
You must have had a few drinks.
I was, I've been waiting a while in the backstage, and I was like, fuck, I don't know if I'm ever gonna get on. So I was like, I better pop a couple of beers in. So, yep, you're right. I'm about 3 or 4 in. It's a good time.
Cool. Talk to us about Turkey Bowl and like your experience there.
Turkey Bowls. We've joined the last 2 Turkey Bowls, and it's always been an amazing time. I'm always looking forward to supporting these guys. And how can you not love Vietnam? Like, obviously, cost is amazing. Sapa is my favorite place in the world right now. And like to have like the live band of the how do you say it, Matt? Fuck you? Is it fuck you?
It's the Fuck Cups.
Okay, so anyways, I'm like their number 1 groupie. I'm like front stage cheering Matt on, screaming stuff like, who the fuck is Steven? Stuff like that, And to that, and then obviously the Thanksgiving dinner, like I haven't had Thanksgiving dinner in the Philippines, I don't think ever. And so it kind of hits home to be able to do it in a different country, like close to us. And the community is just amazing. So we're always looking forward to Vietnam. And especially if they welcome us back next year, we'll be there.
Hey, Steve, how was the food?
I love the food. That's what I mean. It's always good. I could only eat 2 plates this time. But it's amazing. The gravy, the mashed potatoes, the broccoli, the chicken. It was chicken this time, right? I think you guys had something else last year. I don't know if it was turkey or ham.
It was turkey this year. It was turkey.
Was it turkey? Oh,
I think there was maybe some chicken like on the side, but the main there was definitely turkey.
Yeah, it was great. Anyways, every year I'm like looking forward to it. So definitely, if you guys are having us back again, we're gonna be there.
Steve, what was one play that you had on the field that you'll never forget?
One play on the field. I can tell you one. My favorite thing doing was beating the Dingoes. Sorry, Callum, I love you. But that was a highlight. I think that was our main highlight. Or I think of the play was when I was kind of, for me spinning into the end zone. That's one highlight for myself. But just seeing my team just happy and like excited to make it that far, I think with 9, and go against powerhouse teams like the Dingoes and the Curry Bombers. Curry Bombers were amazing, and hats off to you, Law. You guys did an amazing job. We had our chance 4 times on the goal line. You guys stopped us on every time. So we wanted to make it interesting, but we couldn't get stops on defense. And on offense, we just couldn't put it in the end zone. So good job, and then congratulations on winning in Australia as well.
Thank you. It felt like at the Turkey Bowl, you were running on a different field than the rest of us, because the way you were moving side to side, we would move one way, and then you would juke and go the other way, and we would keep going that one way.
I was having. Sorry, go ahead.
What was it? Your shoes? Was it the bionic knees?
I was hurting. I was actually really hurting on that tournament. I've been battling through a quad strain on my left side, and then I got kneed on that first day on my right side. So I was like, it was hard for me to move, and then the turf was, I don't know. It was just a bit difficult, but I had to find a way, right? You always have to find a way. Um, and like some of the players made some amazing stops on my runs. They would fly in the air just to grab my flag, and they did it a few times. And what's her name? Is it Lauren Esteban?
Yeah.
She's really good. And I keep replaying that play in my head because I just had to do a spin move, but I didn't think she was gonna grab my flag, but she was grabbing my flag every single time. So yeah.
Cool. You guys have any questions for Steve?
Steve does a lot in the Philippines. He runs his own tournament. He does a lot of stuff out there. If anybody needs to connect with someone in the Philippines, Steve is your guy. He's got a lot of incredible things going on out there with you tell us, Steve. You got fitness, you got football, you're running, you got all kinds of stuff going on out there.
Steve, before you jump in, I actually went to one of his tournaments, and the hospitality that he had for us was incredible. So anyone that wants to go to the Philippines, although we went to Clark instead of Manila, I think it was Clark, and I didn't really like Clark, but Manila was great.
Steve, Steve, tell us about right now CNOG and what we're seeing out of CNOG for 2026. So you've been running CNOG now for many years, and the team has been retooled a little bit. So you brought in Diamante from Cebu, and we know you really like Diamante, but you've got pretty much everybody else's tried and true, dead red CNOG. What kind of, not say changes or roster changes, but what kind of what are you looking? So you're coming into R4P Cup as well, and I know we're going to have a number of tournaments throughout the year, brother. So what kind of things are you looking to do with CNOG in 2026 from a personnel standpoint?
Well, I mean, with CNOG, I am rebuilding a bit. I am kind of making it an all-Filipino team. I really like winning with an all-Filipino team, showing that, it's possible with the squad that we have to, put the Philippines on the map. We are starting to recruit out of Cebu now. So we did get Diamante, which was a great pickup. So shout out to Diamante for making his debut in Vietnam. He balled out. And there's a couple other Cebu players. I'm actually eyeing Emil, Beleva, and Baja. So there's 3 players there that I want to play with. Other than that, that's what the direction I'm headed. For R4P though, we do have a few imports coming in to play for us, and we have a really strong team. I would say we have Brandon Chow from Hidden Village coming in to play for us, and then we have Trey Crutcher from, I believe, North Carolina, Tennessee. And a couple of his players, Mike Green and one other one. So I think we have 11 players going into R4P. So we'll have a strong side for that. But after that, it will be mostly Filipinos for CNOG. With MFL, obviously we have the June tournament, June 12th to 14th. It will be a 3-day tournament. It will be our first time to do all male, all female. But we also want to have a co-eds. We want to have a social division and a youth one as well. So the space that we have is amazing. It is in Clark, sorry, La, but it's at the Mansion Hotel, boutique hotel. It's a hotel with a big, massive field with like 8 baseball fields or something like that, and then you have both left and right side fields. So we're able to accommodate that many divisions. And we want to, before we would do co-eds with a bit of a twist, 4 downs, 3 downs. Now we're going like IFAF rules, 4 downs, 4 downs. So that's what you can expect in the early part of 2026. And then obviously I'm flying to Tampa. I'll see Law. Law, are you going to Tampa?
Oh, absolutely. It's the most competitive tournament, I think, in the world, with all the teams, and just it's crazy competitive. There's like just the pro division for 5 non-contact. There's maybe 32 teams, and out of 32 teams, like the top 15, any of them can win it. Like that's how competitive it is.
Yeah, that's gonna be amazing. I know there's gonna be like 500 plus teams there or something like that with so many different divisions and categories. So I'm excited to see how they run things.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun. The streaming, we got to work on the streaming in the U.S. because the way you guys do it is spectacular. The way we do it is non-existent.
Yeah. Well, I would love to have you guys over for MFL this June. Like I said, it'll be a lot different. We have a lot going on and exciting things happening. So I hope Corbs and Stephen, I hope you enjoyed the last MFL. We had a good time, I thought. So
Don't call me Steven.
and I know even Law went to our first one, and we were actually going to cancel it, but I made it happen. It was only like 6 teams, right? I think Law 6 teams.
Yeah.
But ever since then, it's been 12 to 15 teams. So so we'll see how it goes.
No, it's great.
This year will be even bigger. So
you guys are the pioneer. Steve Neer is a pioneer. He is the only guy when you go to their tournaments. They will just give free flow booze the entire day to all the athletes. Like you will just go, they'll be like, "There's beer on tap, free flow all day. Have at it, man." It's really amazing. And you guys, Steve, you and Zara do such an amazing job. Pageantry and the pomp and circumstance around the tournaments. You really guys have been doing so much for the sport in the Philippines, building things bigger, and so more people want to be involved in the sport, man. You guys are literally amazing, and we love you, man.
I appreciate that. Appreciate that a lot. Thanks, guys.
Cool. Thank you for
Any more
us.
questions? I are we done? That's it. I got time. I'm joking.
Steve, make sure you take a picture of your outfit and send it to me because it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, hell yeah, I'm going to. I will. I'll send it to you. I'll post it. All of it. Whatever you need, buddy.
Right on. Right on.
I wore the red one and the white one. I just changed. So there's a few of us that are wearing. I swear this is like Team Curry Bombers out here. Seeing on Curry Bombers. So
Sweet.
We're having a good time. All right, guys. Yep. Tonight I'm heading to Thailand. So if anyone's in Thailand, let me know.
We'll see you there.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
Really?
Yep. Buffalo's, we're running back the Buffs.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Take care, guys. Thank you for having me. Love you all.
Thank you.
Love me some Steve Neer.
Oh, yeah.
Man, Law, this is really ridiculous. This is literally like all of our best friends in football, on one podcast. This is really insane, man. What a treat.
This is cool.
What a treat. Look at this girl.
Shout out to Corb for making this happen and connecting everybody.
Yeah, Corb, you're a man. You're the man.
We out here.
Sonia.
Sonia. Amazing.
Do you guys know Sonia?
Yeah, of course. She's a mainstay. Where we first met Sonia. Oh, there she is. We'll let Sonia introduce.
Hello.
Hey.
Let's go.
You're on mute though.
Yeah, Shirley just left my room and said, "Get her back." Get her back.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
We're here for a flag football camp in Jakarta. So that's why we're here.
Yes.
Hello.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Uh,
It's amazing.
The whole crew.
Got a team right there.
Well, this camp is pretty big, huh? It's like 150 people or something in Jakarta.
yes, it's a lot.
I think 150.
150.
Wow. So it's put on by the Apex, right?
Yes, Apex together with Windrock Panthers.
That's awesome.
Cool. Tell us about your Turkey Bowl experience and why you guys decided to go play in Hanoi, Vietnam.
Yeah, it's our first time. I mean, it's my first time to play in Vietnam. I've heard a lot about it. I think you guys have been organizing it for the past couple of years. And from our view is that, okay, so going to be a fun, chill tournament, co-ed, which sounds fun until they show who's playing this year. And they're all like, whoa, this is going to be
Super competitive.
because we know like some of the players from all the different teams, and they are really good players. So we were like, okay, we gotta train and practice. We are playing against quite a strong team, and we also fortunately get to play with the Curry Bombers. So that's amazing.
Yeah.
So we gotta step up and play for the team. And yeah, when we were there, we absolutely loved the tournament. It's so much fun. The vibe is great. It's still a fun vibe with everybody gonna play their best and show their best. So we should too.
Yeah.
And we absolutely had an amazing time.
I hope I can join next year.
Come.
Do.
Yeah, we'll bring more Malaysians next year. We absolutely love it. Yeah.
How about you? What was the question?
What was the question?
Like your favorite moment at the Turkey Bowl.
Favorite moment? Oh my god, the whole tournament was like amazing. I think my favorite moment was
I would say the one the whole team to, hey, we're a touchdown celebration. So if she catch a touchdown, everybody has to jump in the field, and she did she opened.
and this is like my first like international
Yeah, we had
touchdown.
so much fun on
So
that one.
like yeah, it was really fun. Like I'm quite a new player, so to join in with Curry Bombers and all these people who are experienced, I'm so grateful to like be able to get that opportunity to play with them, and like it's just fun that everyone just jumps along, and yeah, that was really unexpected, but
Yeah.
it was really fun. So that was a very memorable moment for me, I think.
Yeah.
Cool.
So Sonia, Cher, you guys and Aaron are literally the only three people in all of Asia who have ever played with a team, a California team. What is it like playing with the Curry Bombers? Like, tell me, how is it different? Is there different things in terms of maybe preparation that you might have learned from Law? Tell us, because this is a competitive team. I mean, Law's a nice guy on camera, but we know this man is really doing a lot of video work, prep work. What was the experience like joining, a team from US, and how is it different?
Well, for me,
Yeah.
when we know that we're playing with Curry Bombers, so I was expecting we're gonna have like a weekly calls before, talk about plays, talk about position, talking about strategies. I mean, that's my expectation, but we had none of that.
Nothing.
Law
literally like did not reply my text at all. I was like, hey, are we going? Like, what's happening?
Are you gonna talk about the strategies? What is our plan? Like, I don't know. So it's like the first time we met in Hanoi for dinner. Still, we did not talk about like real strategy.
We're just bonding.
Why? Because he says like everybody's playing everything, and it's like, okay, so what play are we doing for offense? Because I know I'm coming in as like offense, and I played quarterback back in Malaysia, and like there's nothing yet until our training day in the training field.
Yeah.
And then we start drawing some plays, and it's very simple. So I'm surprised like how simple things are, and and everybody just easily adapted to it because everybody is playing everything. And that's what I learned from the team, is that they're such great people off the field and in the field, and it's so relaxed when we're playing with them. Like it's so chill, and everybody is cheering for everybody. Nobody's putting anybody down. It's a really good vibe.
So you guys, there's no secret sauce. It's just you just have a good time.
Yeah, everybody's chill. Everybody's chill when you're always up by 3+ scores at every game. It's nice time, you know. I want to see you down 24 late in the second half. Let's see what's going on. But no, it's crazy. One of the most interesting things that I noticed about you, and actually it's funny that I had a very different impression of what this might be like, but you know, I kept seeing on the broadcast, I was like, man, you know, these guys are running, literally they get down to the goal line, they run the exact same play every single time, you know. I'm like, how do they do it? But you guys keep scoring on the same play. It's like, all right, sure, you're gonna line up out wide, way out wide. All right, Sonia, you're gonna be kind of in the middle. Lauren has
It's all the same thing. Yeah, I think you mix it as well. That same play, somebody catch.
Yeah.
Somebody will get open somehow.
Open.
It's really amazing.
Yeah. But so that's all to Law. He's the mastermind and planning all of this.
Yeah.
So it's like, let's do this play, let's do that play. And yeah.
You know what's crazy? During our training day, we only went over 4 plays for the whole tournament, and we ran just 3 of them the entire tournament.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is a first down? So let's say we're, you know, first down, we're on our 5-yard line, we're trying to get to midfield. What are the kind of plays you're thinking about in your mind, Law?
It's the same play I run since Ningbo. I haven't even changed it. It's the same play.
What do you like?
Actually, Sonia might know it too, but outside slant, inside slot runs a short corner, center runs arrow right, and then the outside just runs a curl. And I just, every time.
Yeah.
We're going to see that a lot.
Yeah. And he just tweak it a little bit if he wants to, and he change. Like, everybody's the same except this one. So now you do that. And I, okay. Yeah.
That's true. There's quite a few adjustments throughout. But yeah, it's super simple.
It's all about the matchups.
Yeah.
So girls, playing in Malaysia, is it as simple as this, or are we more complicated when you guys go back and are playing with your club teams? Tell us about it.
It's more complicated. I think
more complicated. Yeah, I think because back in Malaysia we are just like, it's still very new sport. I think like 10 years in, or slightly more, a little bit than that, and we're trying to learn as much as we can from, you know,
everywhere and
from everywhere, and we try to like learn like all the schemes, all the concepts, so that I guess for us it helps that when you know those, then you can just simplify it and make it work. So it's a little bit more complex from my perspective. It feels like it's a lot. So I think I might have shown Law like, oh, this is my play back home, and like it's this much, and he's like, that's a lot. And it's like, yeah. Or when I got back home, like they asked me, what play do you do? Like, and I show them my playbook. Like, I'm the only one with playbook because I need to just draw it. I know it's just 3-4 plays. I just draw it down. And this is just what we use like the whole tournament. And they're like, wow. And we have like 20 plays crammed up inside. Yeah.
What was your favorite off the field moment in Hanoi?
That's yours.
I think I like how we bonded as a team. Lots of outings with the team itself. We went to like Train Street. I love how everyone bonded over food. We talk a lot about food, and we were just like, after the tournament or during the tournament, we were like, oh, where are we going for dinner? Or like, even if some of us like were tired and we're like, we're gonna go home and go for a massage, and then you're like,
we all go for a massage. We all go for a walk. We all go for dinner, and so like,
yeah, that was really nice.
Fun.
Like,
yeah.
I didn't expect that, honestly.
Yeah, that's fun. And then we know, like in the group, we have like Mo. He's the hot guy. He's a lot.
That's my brother.
And then we're learning some like American slangs.
Yeah. I don't think we should say it here.
We shouldn't say. We'll embarrass ourselves. And then we have like Sean. He will always post stories. Like I'll always wait and like, oh, he's doing the recap of the day,
Yeah.
like when we train, where we go out. So, and then we have Long. He always records with his meta glasses.
Yeah.
What else? Like everybody is just such a nice mix of people, and
Yeah, and I like how the fact that we kept the WhatsApp group and it's still like
we still talk.
We're like super active in there. Like no matter where everyone is, everyone's just like, oh my god, I miss you guys. I hope we can bring back the weekend that we were in Hanoi and everything. So yeah, hopefully next year Law will take us in again for Curry Bombers.
I'll let you guys know. No, I'm just kidding. Cool. Any feedback you guys have for the tournament? Things to improve on other than field?
I think just the feel.
Yeah, it's just the feel. The rest
A lot of it slipped.
That is just really great.
But the people falling down was like also quite fun because I now make stickers of them.
Yeah.
Stickers of everyone falling down.
With a gun sound. Pew!
Oh yeah.
Just fall down.
Cool. Well, thank you guys for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
You guys are amazing.
Good luck at the camp.
Fun in Indonesia.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Man, it was so cool to have like the Malaysian quarterback come and play on our team. And most quarterbacks have like an ego, right? They're like, oh no, I'm going to do this, this, and this. But she was the complete opposite. She was like, hey, whatever the team needs, I'll do. She was running streaks. She was running curls, arrows. She was catching the ball. She was just doing everything that we need. Never complained one time. Never gave any attitude. She was just such a team player. Super impressed.
Well, Sonia herself is a little bit of a professional free agent in the community because she's just so easy to get along and to kind of gel with everybody. We were talking at the tournament. This is actually the 8th different team that she's played for in international tournaments. So she really is popular. She kind of gels well with everybody.
Nice. I wish we had a QB that could run go routes. That sounds crazy.
What's up, Johnny?
Oh, hi, I didn't see. I didn't know I was coming in.
Surprise.
Hello.
What's up, man? Talk to us about your experience at Turkey Bowl.
Oh, hella fun. I wish I went earlier, and I wish I stayed longer. We were trying to change her. I was with the Dokkaebies, the Korean team. My girlfriend plays on their team, and she's friends with them, so I followed her. Yeah.
Nice.
Sorry, I've got it's 2:00. It's 1:00 over here, and I gotta get some stuff ready. We have our HFF end of the year party tonight, and we have our last practice of the year. So I've got to start. I live a little outside of town, so I got to start getting my stuff ready. But Law, thank you so much for hosting this, and Corb for the idea, and everybody that's joined. Man, like what a crew. This has been fantastic. And it's really, really nice. I mean, for my ego, how good of a job we did. But no, we're so lucky to have everybody that came out, and just like immaculate vibes. Like couldn't have asked for a better group of people to come out. All 160 plus people that were out there. Like, man, what a time. And thank you so much for this opportunity to talk about it, to talk about our little league out here. That's, slowly but surely growing, but we'll definitely catch up soon. It seems like we're going to see quite a few people out in Thailand soon. So it's not a goodbye. It's a see you later.
All right, bye-bye. See you there.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Matt.
Good guy.
Yeah, I had hella fun. I wish I went to the first few. Like, this is what, the 3rd or 4th one? I wish I went to the other ones.
But what makes it more fun than I don't want to compare it to other places.
I mean,
but...
I've been to so many tournaments this year. It's the atmosphere. Everybody's just really there to have fun instead of like Ningbo. Everybody's there to try and ball out. Same with Ready for Play. Everybody's there to try and win. Here it's just like, let's just have fun. Have a it's like family.
What's one play that stood out to you the most? And don't say is when you sacked me.
I'll rewatch that. 100% a penalty. I rewatched. I was like, yeah, she did cross, and I was like, well, the refs didn't give it. I'll take this. I'll take it. But it was against Seba, so I think it was maybe under a minute left, give or take. Perfect throw to the corner to Akari. Over 2 players, she just catches it, touchdown. And I think the team goes up by, I think 3 at that point, or might have been 6. So then the Seba team came, tried pushing through. Our female rusher Chico came in, game-winning sack, sacked it. Clock keeps running. He had no more timeouts, and then the game ended. That was hella fun.
Nice.
Dude, yeah. As you mentioned it, shout out to Akari on your team. She was incredible. I think one of the best players out there all weekend. Like some of the those bullets from Sean she was catching over the middle was super impressive.
We only found out she was going to be on our team about like 5, maybe 7 days before the tournament. Okay. Someone had met her. One of our players, Dean, met her at IFAF in Ningbo a couple weeks before, and he was like, asked her to come play, and then she's like, yeah, sure. So
if anyone's curious about who we're talking about, we just uploaded her story on Hanoi Flag Football on Instagram. You're welcome to join and have a look at her highlights. She's even burning me in one of those highlights. I have a funny story about that. Is we're coming to the line against Dokabe, and I said, okay, let's go, man, guys, we got to stop him right here. And I'm lined up in front of a car. And I go, great, I'm about to get burnt by this girl right here. And they're like, no, you're not. No, you're not. You're gonna make a play. And sure enough, man, she crossed me up, and I got stuck in the middle, and I couldn't reach her. She got me on the goal line. So she is an amazing player. But I think even more so is her energy and her spirit is just like divine. And that kind of energy and that kind of love is on the field. And you see her playing, man, she's a special player. So good shout, Johnny.
She is so young too. She's like 21, 22. She's still in uni. She's been playing since she was 6. So she's been playing for 15 years.
Crazy.
What she told us. And I'm like, what? Didn't even know they had this over there.
Wow. Yeah.
So she's been playing for a while.
I really like this Dokebis roster, Johnny. I mean, you guys, with Sean Allen's great quarterback. Akari was so amazing for you guys. Sam Brunner, that guy is unbelievable. He is huge. He was making big the whole time. He's an absolute truck, dude. That guy's like
he's so
263, and he probably weighs like 260, just pure muscle. Miko is just so fast, so shifty. Him and Chico is like the male-female opposite of each other. I really like the roster. Is this the first time you played with Dokebis?
Yeah, it's my first time with them. We met them at Manila last year for one of the MFL tournaments that Steve runs. So then one of their players was my first ever jersey swap. So then we've always been friends since then. So with our time, Alice got asked to go play for them, and then they had a couple guys get hurt, so they asked me to fill in at the last minute. So it was fun, hella fun. Shout out to Jason. He's the one who set it all up. He was a bit banged up, so he didn't play much, but he was on the sideline coaching everybody up.
Did he play at all? I thought he was mostly on the sideline, huh?
Mostly on the sideline. I think he was gonna try and come in and play, but then he has an Achilles issue right now, like tendonitis or something, so he didn't want to risk it.
Yeah, Barkley, him, and we met these
Barkley
guys.
had a bad injury too coming out.
It's been super great to get these guys in the scene. I mean, it's another classic story with the Dokebi. Like, we didn't really know anybody from Korea, and then 1 year, so Sonia and Sonia's husband, they're big part of the Malaysian flag football community. So Sonia's husband's actually president of the Malaysian American Football Association. So it's the governing body of flag football in Malaysia. So they're really well known. And so for a number of years, we have there's a couple other clubs, and these guys organized a really, really fun, I guess what they now call like a hat tournament in Langkawi, so one of the islands off the coast of Malaysia. So this is used to be organized by like the Barbarians team in Malaysia. So hat tournament basically means you sign up individually, and then when you get there, you just get placed on a random team. And so there was a little bit of a draft, like they have some captains, and the captains kind of draft, right? And so one year they were like, yeah, these two random Korean dudes are coming out. Are they going to be any good? And so we're trying to research them because a couple of us from Singapore, from Malaysia, from a couple other places, we're in the draft, right? We're like doing, we're like trying to draft. Peter, you might have been there. I can't remember if you were like one of the captains. Yeah, we were drafting. So we were like, all right, who are these Korean guys? Like, we never heard of these guys. Like, and then we're like stalking Jason and we're stalking Barkley and we're like, on Facebook, trying to get some footage. And we're like, these guys, they look kind of mid. I don't know. So we were like, maybe just get these guys like mid-late round. Somebody drafted these guys like high. They're like, I don't know. They fly all the way out from Korea to Malaysia. They must be good. These guys went out there and fucking cooked us all, dude. They cooked the hell out of us. But it was really good. They were like really good buddies, became really good buddies. And yeah, that's when Dokebi, they really started coming to a lot of the tournaments in the region. And it's been so good. And those guys, so the guys from Dokebi, Barkley, Jason, the guys, they had their first tournament this year in what we call the KFFL tournament. We mentioned it earlier, the Korea Flag Football League. That's their association. So they had their first tournament this year in Korea on the beach. So it was amazing. But yeah, Johnny, let's talk about you, brother. You are the most connected man in all of Asia flag football. Don't be humble.
I just go to a lot of tournaments. I think
Johnny,
this is.
You're really the bridge between, let's say, China and North Asia and Southeast Asia. So Johnny is kind of like that main linchpin in the middle. So if anybody ever needs to say like, oh, I really want to, get some information about, what's going on in the China football scene, the Hong Kong football scene, whatever, you can always rest assured that Johnny literally knows what's going on.
I've been in the football community, at least in Hong Kong, for about 15 years already. It'll be my 16th year next year. So I've been here from the start. And then I think it's only been about a year or so since I've been going around to tournaments. So I've gone to maybe 10 in the last year and a half or so, from what I can remember. So that's how I met everybody, and that's how I got connected. That's how I met you guys. So I met Law at was it Ningbo this year?
Yep.
And then I had Sean on his team. He was playing for us in Camp Easy. So then I met Gonzo at Ready for Play. I think same with Corp.
Think so.
Yeah, I think so. And then I met Peter this time. So yeah, I just been going around. That's how I get connected.
So Johnny, with all your experience and expertise and knowledge, where does Turkey Bowl need to go in the next year?
The only improvement I would want to see is a better field. Everything else was perfect. It's just that field. I think a lot of us aren't used to the thinner turf. I had bought basically a new set of cleats just for the turf because they have it here in Hong Kong, so I know what is needed. But even then, it was kind of slippery because it's like almost a hybrid style field. You can kind of wear your cleats, but you can kind of wear your soft studs shoes. So, but I don't know the field situations in Hanoi.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky. You're not wrong. It's priority number one for next year. We're definitely on it. But it's not easy getting a field, as Matt said earlier, in the middle of the city, and the fields on the outskirts are kind of hit or miss. We asked them to do some repair work, and we asked for some fixes and whatnot. But it is what it is. But definitely noted.
Yeah, they legit did improve it from how it started. But yeah, priority number one next year is ideally grass. We'll see what we can do.
Ooh, yeah, if you got, because like I would assume most places would be turf. It's just easier to maintain, but a grass field, that would be.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah. Because like I know in Hong Kong it's crazy expensive. Like Brandon was talking about earlier, to get a field here. So we are really trying to get a tournament. We got quotes of like, I don't know what it was. I think it was like almost $5,000 just for a day. So,
yeah. He was telling me $4,000 for a day out there.
Yeah, something like this, 4 to 5K. So we're looking into it. So.
Last thing for me, Johnny, for someone that has never played in a Turkey Bowl, has never been to Vietnam, what do you want to say to those people to possibly bring a team?
Oh, don't miss out. Send that registration in early. Do it on the day one. You ain't gonna miss out. The food is good. The people are good. Everything's good. We stayed like for the Dokkaebies. We stayed in a team Airbnb, so we're all together. and they put us up. Jason got an Airbnb in the old part of town, so kind of like where all the touristy stuff was. Oh my god,
Yeah.
that was so good. Instantly, you'd go out of the Airbnb and you get pho right there, and it's cheap. Talking like $3 US. Big bowl.
Insane.
Perfect. Just come out, and also I'd recommend people spend more than just the weekend there. Maybe a couple days beforehand, or maybe a day after. You don't want to rush your trip like we did. We were there for legitimately 2 days. We landed in Friday night, left Sunday night. I wish we came in maybe
Sickening.
Thursday or like and left maybe Tuesday or something.
Shame on you.
I know. We try to change our flights like all at the field, like after the whole finals and the ceremony. I was like, let's see if we can change our flights. Open the app, cannot change your flight. Oh man. And
Next
plus
time.
we had the visa, like you have to do the whole visa thing.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
because
yeah.
of the date we would have been had to leave anyway.
Yeah.
But it's next time. I'm gonna go for a week.
Cool. Well, thank you, Johnny, for being patient with us to bring you on.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Johnny.
All down, bro.
Appreciate
on
you,
the mic.
brother.
Thank you guys.
Man.
See ya. I know we've been on here for a while. We're gonna wrap it up with a couple more guests and then call it a day.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, MVP.
Let's go.
MVP.
MVP.
Oh, shoot, Mo's on.
Go.
Hey, how Mo get on this thing? You're on mute, brother.
What up, man?
What's up?
What's up with y'all, man? How y'all feeling?
We're doing good, man. It's freaking what a pleasure to be able to speak to you guys, everybody, man. It's been freaking epic.
Long, tell us. I mean, I've heard it a million times just because I lived it, but just for the people that are going to be watching this later, what was your experience going to Vietnam in a nutshell?
Yeah, it was it's kind of crazy because since I came back to America, like I still feel like I'm homesick. I don't know, it's weird. It's like I miss being in Vietnam with that weekend, you know what I mean? It was cool because I got to spend a week there with Lauren, Sean, and Mo. We spent the first 4 days in Da Nang, which is amazing experience, food, culture, everything.
The dang.
And then we went to Hanoi, and that was again different, but also amazing in its own way. And then, yeah, got to play flag football, what we came to do, and then, it was just meeting a lot of good people. Had a lot of fun, and yeah, it was a great experience. I told my family I want to go back next year for sure, and it's like, this time I want to bring them. So,
what did Hanoi Flag Football do to make that tournament so special?
Man, it's hard to explain. I think it's just like the vibe. I mean, playing in America, it's very competitive, but the culture or the vibe is different here, right? You know, Law, like it's just like it's more of like it's a different feeling
Dog world.
Yeah, it's a doggy dog
Yeah.
world. Over there, over here, it's like who's the best. If you ain't the best, you get no respect. And out there, it was like doesn't matter. You're a beginner, good player, whatever it is. Like everyone treated each other like respectfully, and I don't know. It just felt, and it was like my motherland. So like just playing out there just gave me an extra spark. So, I think Law was just feeding me, giving me the ball a lot, but it was fun. It's fun.
Who's your favorite quarterback to play with? This will dictate if I invite you back next year.
Law. First time playing with Law too, which is crazy.
It is crazy. It is crazy. What was your favorite non-football moment in Vietnam?
Waking up. I'm telling you right now, waking up, going look at this guy.
This place is off
the live picture of Mo. Actual picture of Mo.
Man, we should have started with this. Come on now.
Waking up, definitely coming down from the hotel and getting coffee and sugarcane water. That was the best. I'm not
And
gonna
just
lie.
interacting with the locals was so fun.
Yeah.
It's like because I don't look traditional Vietnamese, so just like listening to what they're saying, and then I come out with speak Vietnamese, and they're like, "What?" And then just being able to translate for like Mo and Sean and Lauren, and it was just like I felt like at home, and just that's probably my best memory was just interacting with the locals and hanging out like off the field with like our team, and just uh, just seeing the culture. It was like a big culture shock coming from America, seeing like how resilient people are out there, like seeing like elderly people still hustling, riding the mopeds, carrying crazy things, and you're just like, they don't do that in America. Like we're too catered here,
At one point, I saw 4 people on that scooter. I said, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
They had a big old board of flowers and stuff, that everything on a scooter. Like they be having big things on a scooter.
Hey,
I,
go ahead, Corp.
I just want to share that perspective coming from the States, and I've been here for 10 years now. And the first thing that stuck out to me when I came here was the people. The people are kind. People are honest. The people are hardworking. They like to drink. They like to chill. They're good people. Obviously, the scenery is nice. The food is delicious. But Long, you're right, man. It really goes back to the people. And I'm Mexican myself, so I see a lot of parallels to my culture and the things I knew growing up. Coming out here, they even take a nap every day. The siesta. They got a siesta here every day. They always eat together, and dinner is a big part of the family setup here. And that kind of spirit and that kind of energy is kind of what we wanted to do with our football, and especially what we wanted to do with the Turkey Bowl. It's not about who you are, how good you are, where you're from, blah, blah, blah. It's just like we all belong. And that's just kind of a microcosm of Earth. And that's kind of why, this place really feels home to a lot of us. And I can speak from my personal experience. That's why I stayed here. That's why I've been here for 10 years. And so I really appreciate what you said, and we can't thank you guys enough for coming out here and inspiring our culture with your love, because you guys kind of play the same way. The way you guys play the Curry Bombers with no hard feelings. It was all love. It was positive. It was like, man, these guys are where we strive to be. So a lot of our players saw that, and you really affected our culture more than you'll know. But it absolutely goes back to the people and the players, and that's why we're here. So I'm glad you said that. We really feel that too.
Yeah, thanks,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Thanks. And for Core, man, it's meant a lot to me, because when I first saw that Hanoi flyer come out sometime in like April, May, or June, or whatever it was, I sent it to Law as a long shot. Like, what are the chances we can go to this? And Law was like, I'm down. And I'm like, yeah, right. There's so many things that could happen in 5 months. There's so many things. And as it got closer and closer and closer, I was like, Law, I'm buying the flights. Law, I'm getting my visa. Have you done it? No response. I'm like, we might have to go with no quarterback. Law is not responding. And then yeah, I shot Corbin a message around that time, like, we're gonna try to put a team in. I really want to like go back to my motherland, and like it just came in full circle. Like I reread our message, I scrolled all the way up on our DMs, and it was like May or June. I was like, man, we actually made it. Like that's when you plan something and you manifested it, and it actually happened, and it was just a crazy experience.
And to be fair, 5 months when he first asked me, I said I'm in. So I just don't want to repeat myself. As we got closer.
Chills, man. Chills.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, that was good.
That was
Mo, what was your favorite non-football moment?
Just making new friends. Like I'm a social butterfly, so I'm just like, who can I be friends with? And just like you said, just meeting new people. This guy's crazy.
Any girl,
Not even that.
girl.
Not even that. But like,
no, that's what Mo was saying. You want to see America? You want to see America?
You bring American money?
Oh my gosh.
My man's trying to be sincere here. Y'all killing his vibes, man.
Yeah, man. I'm just trying to just be chill. I'll just be like, what? Because I played with the Dingoes in the Philippines. I met people in Ningbo. So I was just like, I always play with a lot of different teams. I'm never like stuck with one team, and I'm always down to play with other players. Other players want to play with me, so I just make new friends. Maybe go to a different country, play with a different team, and just vibe off of that. So that's how, and I've just been loving this international journey that I've been on. I already been to what, like 6 countries this year. Just in 6 months, I've been in 6 countries,
Mm.
and like, so I just been having a blast with it. I've just been loving it. It's like what Colin said. It's just like addicting. Like all this stuff right here, just meeting you guys. I met Gavo in Ningbo. Well, I didn't really meet him, but I saw him over there in Ningbo.
Gonzo?
And yeah, Gonzo. I saw him in Ningbo, and then I met Johnny in Ningbo too, and kind of in the Philippines.
Yeah.
But
Hey, that really
yeah, I just been
separates
meeting.
everything that we do. Like Gonzo and Corb, when you guys are announcing the games and we go back and watch the film on it, like it's electric. Like it's
Yeah,
like we're reliving it in real time. It's pretty dope how you guys like you guys are like it's like magical, like the way you guys do it. So thank you guys for doing that because it makes us want to
yeah.
come
You
to
gotta
all.
have me do it one time. No, I ain't gonna cap. I'll be a good commentator.
We're gonna get you in, man.
Come
We need
on,
you in.
man.
We need you in. We need you in, Mo.
And,
Gotta
and
have
low key, Gonzo he's going to be at the forefront of this in the future because Gonzo is elite at his job. He takes it really serious. You guys don't even know how much time and effort he puts into every single game, and he's like that.
Oh wait,
So
tell us about that, Gonzo. What type of effort you put in before the game?
No, I mean it's so it really depends on the tournament and how much information we could get, but we try to do a lot of prep work. I mean, the first time that I was asked to do this was a couple of years ago at Pond's tournament R4P, but then it was just like, hey, I'm coming down. I'm just going to see some friends. At the time, had a back injury, so I wasn't going to play. So it was just, they were like, man, if you're going to come and just hang out, you want to do some commentating, and I was like, okay. And I'm an LA guy originally from the LA area. So I'm a big Dodger fan. And so when you grow up listening to Vince Scully pretty much on a daily basis, it's like you really, of all the players, the Dodgers sucked in the 90s. They sucked in the 2000s, man. Like, so listening to Vince Scully, it was just like, wow, this is really amazing. A man can single-handedly keep this broadcast afloat for 3.5 hours. And so then when we did R4P the first year, then next year they were like, Pond came and he was like, hey man, do you want to actually run the commentary for the R4P Cup too? He was like, we need to get so-and-so a number of commentators, and we really want to live stream 2 fields, and we got so many teams, and it's a big thing. And so I said, it would be okay, that would be great. And so when we were doing the prep for that, I knew what had happened the year before, and in the couple of the games that I called, it was fun. It was interesting. But one of the things, it's just the basics, Law. It was just like we weren't able to call the players on the field. Like we weren't even able to say their names. We didn't know who the hell was on the roster. We just didn't have it. If you actually go to some of these tournaments, as great as they're organized, they don't actually collect a final roster from the teams because the teams are even changing players at the last minute. This guy's coming in. These people have the same jersey number, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And so, we were saying, all right, if we're going to do this, we need rosters finalized. And if we're going to do this really, then what we want to do is we want to interview the teams beforehand. And, I know some people, but I don't know everybody. And so what we ended up doing was, and Corb was a big part of this, last year. I'm not going to, Corb was there. We had a number of guys there. We went out and we got the names and the numbers of every single player. And this is basic stuff, right? When I tell you this, you're going to be like, this is so basic. But it's like, we really just have a database where we have the player names, the player numbers, what these people like to be called on TV or what their nickname is, because a lot of these players were in Asia, right? So names are pretty difficult to pronounce. Maybe they don't want to be called that. They got a nickname. It's very common, right? And then we just have what position they're playing on offense and defense. And then we interview the team captain, or we interview the guys, or we talk to the guys, and we get a little bit of notes. And so we write all this down. And so actually now, when we started doing this for R4P, then we just said, okay, we'll keep updating the database every tournament we go to, blah, blah, blah. What are the rosters? Who's playing in this? And so now I think, we've got a simple database, very simple database. For the commentators, we use it. And it's a few hundred players. I think we got about 600-700 players in it just that have played in the major tournaments this year. That's how many players have played in the major tournaments. The ones that I've commented this year, we already have, I think, 600-700 people in this database. We got a couple hundred teams that we know about. And so now it's a lot easier. If we are going to a new tournament, we can say, all right, we already know, half of these players. We know now that, this guy was an R4P Cup 2 last year. This guy played in Ningbo last year. We know that Mo, for example, was at Camp BZ. We know that Mo was in Ningbo. We know that Mo was at the Turkey Bowl. We know that Mo's team won the Turkey Bowl. And so just this basic level of research that you really take for granted in the professional leagues, it just, just in commentating and in helping to broadcast some of these games, now I'm just starting to log some of these things. And so we have better data on people. But that's it. It's just as simple as that. So when you ask what's the prep work is simple. We just literally take the time and effort to talk to you, Law, to talk to the guys, to talk to Long beforehand, to talk to Mo, just to talk to the different teams, just chat about it. What's your story? What's you're coming from? And, you wouldn't believe the storylines that you can pull when these, could you believe that Long, his parents are Vietnamese, they were from Da Nang, they left Da Nang after the Vietnam War, and this man has never been stepped foot in Vietnam, and he's Vietnamese, and this is literally the first time he's coming to this country. This is, who knew that? The only way we knew that was because we just said and went and had a conversation with Long. And we said, man, you're playing great, man. What's your story? You've got a Vietnamese name, or you have Vietnamese descent. What's up? Law, and you're such an interesting guy as well. Mo, you're amazing. We can talk, and then we just talk the crap that we see. When we see a guy like Mo, we give Mo a hug, and this guy is the most jacked guy you will ever meet in your life. It's something to say. It's something to say on camera, right? So I don't know, just a little bit about the. But just small things like that. I think and doing things like this, it's just a lot of fun. But actually, there's one thing, I don't want to pivot this too hard, and I don't want to get too technical. But one of the things that I wanted to ask, while you got your two of your great receivers here, is, guys, one of the things that I noticed a lot in the broadcast, and I think I want to tell the audience, if you guys want to see, all of you in the audience are doing film study now, you guys, Sean Manson, what a freaking guy. Hello, brother.
What up, Sean?
What's going on, y'all?
Everybody, and you got your three great receivers here. You've got Sean Manson, played center for you. You got Lauren Esteban, who did everything for you. Lauren Esteban really, really cooked, man. She really cooked. But guys, I want to ask you, consistently on tape, we see you guys getting open and open and open. And we're like, what the heck is going on? And then we see a combination of two things. Long, first thing is I'm seeing you run routes that really you rarely ever see outside of NFL. Like, you're running stop, go, stop routes. And then you guys are playing games, mind games. We're talking about the game within the game, right? You're up against Long Chris Carlos on Sinag in this final game. You had been running stop, go, stop routes on this guy all game long, and he was buffering you so hard. And then towards the end of the game, you guys decide to switch it around. Law did a little super funny arm fake. You ran the stop, go, and you almost made him look silly. So I got to ask you, Long, guys, what is it? Because we all know that there's something about Law and the way he moves the head, the way he moves the arm. What is he doing differently than everybody else? And can you just speak to that a little bit? Because it's really interesting to watch.
Me?
Yeah.
I think Law has so much flag football experience that he learned a lot from going to world tournaments and all this stuff. where he, takes bits and pieces, but and then he's taught me certain routes that, like, because I came from tackle football and I would run certain routes, but not flag football routes. And he's taught me a lot of flag football routes, like the stop, go, stop. Like you wouldn't traditionally do that on like tackle football, right? But there's just certain timing routes that he has taught me, and it's just like, okay, this actually works. But we have to be in sync. And again, like this is me and Law's first time playing together with him quarterback, and luckily, like he trusts me on certain routes, like certain routes, and we were able to kind of like showcase it. But again, a lot of the teams out here locally do certain things like that, and yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to explain. I think Law might know more, but again, like Law trusts me on certain routes that he taught me before, because we play in the same system, just with a different quarterback, Nick, and yeah, I just luckily he trusts me. Yeah.
One of the routes that Long runs that's really, really good too, and Mo runs this actually pretty good, is our post corner post. It's so tough to cover. I mean, it's not obviously a full corner post. It's just a post corner jab and then back to the post. But oh my God, they have such good footwork. They're just always open.
So you ran that, I think, Long, in the championship game. Actually, there was a touchdown you caught on the right side of the field, and there was literally nobody around you. It was before this game. This was amazing, and we called this, and little did we know you were 8 yards out of bounds. But man, it's almost like you run the post and then you go back to the corner, but then it's basically just like a jab step, huh? And then you come back to the post, because we saw you do that, and you're making the DB just look absolutely silly, because these guys, I'm telling you right now, these guys here, they've never seen a triple route like that.
Yeah. I kind of sold it. You got to be like, I'm not the fastest, right? I'm not like the tallest. So when I ran that post, I made sure I looked at Law, and then I ran the corner. I looked this way, and then I went back. So yeah, I just had to work with what I got, and I just got to sell it. I got to sell whatever I got to make you think I'm gonna do the opposite of what I'm really gonna do. So that's how I run routes.
That's incredible. And Sean, one thing I had for you, Sean, I don't want to take this whole thing over, but it's just so interesting to me, and I think it's really instructive for people. I had literally never seen anybody in flag football drop a center back to a double quarterback spot. And Law, you were doing it so much in Ningbo. You were doing it with Alex Joseph, and then you kept doing it. And this time you did it more with Sean. But like, Sean, what is this like when because you literally play every single position. Mo, you also have to play every single position. Like, what's it like, Sean, when you're like, all right, now I'm going to drop back center to second quarterback? Is this stuff that you guys work on a lot, or is this like, fuck it, I'll just do it?
He passed me the ball. That's what he's gonna do.
I'm always gonna throw you the ball, bro. We know this. You guys are buddies, man.
No, to be honest, so the person who's actually probably one of the best to do it is actually Law. Law, when he plays with Curry, when they do the USA flag, he will a lot of times be a center, and they're always like, the handoff like we did, which is I think mostly what we did. But then then you obviously have the throwbacks and the doubles and all that kind of stuff. Law is deadly at that, and so the one thing, like, it kind of molds it all together is what you're trying to say as far as the route concepts and all that kind of stuff. That's all kind of, yeah, the end result, the receiver is the one who's like basically the person who's getting the credit of the touchdown. But Law, kind of the way how he does it, he sets it all up, right? Like you were just talking about the stop, go, stop. And then, oh no, when we get to the goal line, we're going to do what we call the no baby, is where you do a stop. He goes back to how he's going to throw it to you, but he just lays it to the back cone. It's like really hard to kind of stop that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, I would say it's really, again, us being fortunate. I think out of the three of us on here, I think I've played with Law the most. I could be mistaken though. I know that Long has played with Law multiple times, just not with him at quarterback. But it's just us kind of being sponges and soaking up the knowledge of, guys that have been doing it for years. Cause I mean, this is my third year of playing flag football. It's Law. He's been doing it since like 82 or something like that. Yeah.
Came out throwing.
But yeah, no, it's it's all of us kind of working collectively. But again, you guys even say when you in the commentary, we kind of sometimes crack up. You're like, Law, he's like cocking his arm back, looking one way, but throwing the opposite way. He's a magician, and so we get a crack out of it. But at the same time, you're kind of right. You know what I mean?
It's like from a different time, It's like a different
You got that
game.
You got that server pose.
No, I'm super lucky with the receivers I have. Like, I'll ask them to run routes, and they'll absolutely listen. And Mo, if I tell Mo, "Hey Mo, run a streak," he'll run at full speed, knowing he's not getting the ball, but he's full speed running and pulling people with him, right, and getting other people open. A lot of the times, Long was open is because Mo, Sean, and our receivers are running routes to pull a defender or two defenders because they're running it so hard. A DB's like, "Oh, if you're running this hard, the ball's probably coming."
Yeah.
And then here, Long is wide open all of a sudden.
And so Sonia said you're really keeping it very simple. You run basically one or two plays. Am I right to say that you're running kind of one or two or three plays, and then you're basically just doing derivatives off of that play to keep maybe defensive backs kind of guessing or just a little bit off the toe?
Exactly. We'll run the same play over and over and over, and then we'll have an adjustment. Instead of running a corner from the slot, they'll run a corner up now.
Yeah.
Or instead of the center running an arrow right, now they'll run a corner right. So now we'll have that corner left and the corner right, because I saw something with the safety. It's just a one high. Now I want to split him. Pause.
Yeah. No, it's really.
Yeah. Can we mention Lauren now, because I was not aware of her game, and I was absolutely floored by her play throughout the weekend and especially in the finals. Man, she's cold.
She actually gave me a hard time about it. She said, "Law, you only made me run one real route because I made her run a stop go like late in the game." But she's so good at catching in traffic. I mean, she is phenomenal. She'll have hands going through, whether it's guys, girls, it doesn't matter. She's so good at concentrating and just snagging the ball in traffic. And she'll take her, bumps and bruises of people like running into her, never complains. And then her flag pulling is, I mean, you guys all seen it. Like, it's just next level. Like, I don't know how she does it, but she's always in the right place, good position, and gives full effort of like flying around, pulling flags. So she's
that goal line play was unstoppable.
And you would call it out. You guys would call it out before the play would even happen.
No, you knew, and it's a really difficult play, even if you know it's coming. It's difficult because you're putting a lot of pressure. And I think the key to that play is really that you're putting. Well, you had Sherlyn most of the time out way wide, but then when you put that receiver kind of out wide as the decoy and you force the defense to take one over, and then you flood the zone, right? It's almost like you can't match up on it on numbers. It's as close to a perfect goal line play, I would imagine, as you can get.
And that play specifically, if that DB leaves Lynn to come help on Lauren, I'll just toss it over their head because
And so as a quarterback, and the play we're talking about really is you've got a stacked 3 receivers stacked in the middle, right? So that's center, and then you have 2 receivers stacked, and then you have a 1 receiver out wide to one side. And so really the key is this receiver who is shooting behind these 2 guys to the pylon. And then I think you've got this person, this outside receiver going up, and then the center probably fading to the back pylon, something along those lines. And you're almost always trying to get the the outsider, one of the receivers in the stack who's shooting across, you're trying to get them the ball. But is it fair to say, Law, that you're kind of reading that play almost counterclockwise, or how do you read that play? So you're trying to get the ball to the slot receiver shooting across every time, but how do you look at that? How do you think, all right, who am I going to throw to? Who are you keying on in the defense?
So when I line up, I'm looking to see how the defense is lined up, and pre-snap, I'll know who's open based off how the defense is lined up.
Yeah.
So sometimes we'll run away from that ISO side. Sometimes we'll run towards the ISO side, and I'll change the play at the line. I'll say, hey, Lauren, instead of going right, you're going to go left. And then I'll tell my two other people to run curls in the middle of the field just to make it hard for defenders to fly through it, because a lot of times teams are in man. So yeah, pre-snap, I'm looking at the defense and being able to tell, okay, she'll be open or he'll be open if we do the play to the right or the left.
Are you audibling at the line? So you've got
90% of the time.
Okay, so you got signals. My
signal is, hey, you're going left. Hey, you're going right.
Got it.
I'll actually yell. I'll actually, even to the ISO receiver, I'll say it out loud, and the defense will hear it. But it doesn't matter if they hear it or not, because we're flooding a zone. It's going to be 3 of us and 2 of them, no matter what.
Yeah. This is a really fantastic play. I mean, that's one of the most effective goal line plays that I've ever seen. But then one of the most interesting things about you guys, Mo, you do this really, really well, and all of you guys do this really, really well, is you wonder, like, okay, how can they be throwing 4 or 5 touchdown passes to Lauren Esteban a game? All of them are, 1 yard out or 2 yards out. But you guys are just so unbelievably disciplined at getting yourselves in the right position on the field. Like it's almost like very little ever wasted opportunity. Guys are dropping the ball, downing the ball, on early downs, right in front of the midfield. You guys are really good at getting, if you're completing a pass deep, you guys are really good at, long. How many touchdowns did he just give up because he's just trying to get you guys in position to score? Is that something you guys practice a lot in your leagues? I mean, because it's not something intuitively that we would be like, all right, make sure on early downs you're getting out. It's never something that we specifically practiced, but how do you guys, is that something that you guys get drilled into and you drill into new players from the start, or how do you guys think about this?
Sean, could you answer that one?
Yeah. If you don't do that and you're on Law's team, he's definitely going to yell at you and call you a donkey. 100%. So that will guarantee. But yes, that is definitely something that we work on. We practice, especially when we play here in the States, right? When we're doing USA Flag, those extra downs could be, the meaning of a game, the meaning of a score before a half. Who's going to have last possession? It's just, there's a lot that goes into it. So you're trying to be as strategic as possible, because most of the good teams, they figure that they are going to score. It's just whether or not putting yourself in the best position, right? Giving yourself the most opportunities that you can give yourself, right? So if you say even you're starting with the ball, first play of the game, and you have a big long break, you're gonna stop it right before you get to midline, and then that you're gonna have a deep shot trying to go to the end zone. If not, well, then you're gonna fall back and do your quick little shoot, dart, curl, or something like that. Pick up the first down, then you got another fresh set of 3 downs. Well, for us, 3 downs, for you guys, 4 downs, right? So yeah, it's kind of the way we are coached to do it, for sure.
And it's the interesting thing that you say, we know we're going to have a deep shot, because you guys rarely ever take deep shots. It's just not something that's really part of the game plan. Is it true?
Well, I think that's what Law's philosophy kind of goes towards, right? He tries to do the dinking and the dunking so that it's kind of sets that up, right? And but yeah, if you're hitting everything short and you're getting the chunk yardage that you need, if it's not broke, why fix it, right? So that's kind of the mentality we have. But yeah, if you're definitely hitting everything short, you kind of get the defense to play up and just start to cheat or start guessing, and then that's when you have the shots over the top for usually Mo or Long for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest. I'm going to let the other guys talk, but I really, if you look at a team that I think is so talented, so a team like Dokebi, what is the difference between a team like Dokebi, who ended up 3-3 and finished in fourth place, and a team like the California Curry Bombers? I think it really just comes down to the fact that you guys never feel the heat that you need to take deep shots, because I think that's one of the things that we saw about a great talented team like Dokebi is that they kept putting themselves almost in worse position because they would feel on first and second down, we need to go deep once to Miko or to Sam Brunner. And against great defenses like what you guys have or what others have, it's like one incompletion there and the whole calculus of the drive is off. You're expecting, okay, I can get 7 yards, and you guys are so great at getting. I mean, you don't fool around. It's just an 8-yard curl route, half the time, right? But you're so great at getting 8 yards. But 8 yards a play, 4 plays, it's you're getting the first down every time, right? But if you make that into 3 plays because you burned one on first down, then you're coming up a yard or two short of the first down every time. So you're turning the ball over. But it's really like being and having having the courage, and especially when you're in the heat of a tournament and you're trying to win and you're trying to impress, right? Having that kind of fortitude to be able to stay within yourself and be like, no, we're not taking deep shots here. Don't give a shit what you want, but staying within yourself. There's really a lot to be said for that. And I think it's what's really setting you guys apart right now versus a lot of the other teams that we saw in the Turkey Bowl, who are maybe really trying to kind of go deep or take shots, and they're not playing that same disciplined style of ball that you guys are.
I think a lot of our guys have great hands, so I'm not concerned about even drop balls. So when we get close to that first down marker and I tell people to stop short, I know even on third down, we're going to get the first. And also, like, just having unselfish players, like Mo can play both ways of the ball, right? Mo's an incredible receiver, but he's so unselfish. He'll only come in once in a while, and he could take a 2-yard hitch to the house every time. So we're not. I mean, when we have players like that, we're never. There's no reason to be scared or concerned about not getting the first, even on third and long, because we know we have the players, we have the plays, we know we've already set up the game that we have something that'll counter whatever the defense is doing.
No, it's really true, man. I mean, Mo, I can't even fathom how fast you are, man.
Agreed.
Like that pick six that you took back against Dokebi, that shit was unbelievable. I mean, Miko is already one of the fastest guys that I've ever seen, and you flew, bro. You were freaking flying, and it didn't even look like it was unbelievable.
He was jogging.
You were jogging, bro. I've never seen.
I take defense like to heart. Like I honestly like defense more than offense, believe it or not. And I really impressed. Like my team, like listened. Like I'm really proud of them for like listening and be able to disguise things, and like we would be like in man, but we would make it like look like cover two. Sometimes we'll be in man, and then we'll be in cover two. Like look like we're in man, but we're in cover two. So we did a great job of disguising things and staying like with our role. Like I had to go out, what's his name, Miko? Like I stayed with him, and then Leroy stayed with the other guy. So but like we would switch it up, but like be in a different defense, but like make it look like man, but we would be in cover three. But like so like it was good. Like he was definitely confused, and that's how I like it.
Yeah. Who was calling the defense? I know you and Yanni were playing.
I was calling the defense.
You were calling the defense the whole time.
Yeah, I was calling the defense the whole time.
Nice, man.
But it was fun though. Yeah, like so that was my first time actually calling defense internationally, so I'm getting better. I'm starting to call defense out here in the States as well too. So I'm
Who
trying
was
to.
who was doing it in Ningbo when you guys showed up with 7? Who was calling
That
the game?
was Parm and like a little bit of Law.
Got it.
Yeah.
Man,
We missed Parm.
you were unbelievable. I mean, whatever you guys were doing on it was unbelievable. And I mean, I know Lauren's on mute off camera. We don't know if she's there or she's just chilling, but man, it's probably makes your life a lot easier to call defense when it's like, especially in that championship game. I mean, Steve is unbelievable. Steve Neer, he's unbelievable. He's so shifty. And Lauren just shut him down, bro. Really haven't seen anything like it out of anybody. It was really, he had no answer. It was incredible.
Aaron too. And on that note,
Yeah.
we can't thank you guys enough for flying out here, for joining us, for giving our tournament exposure, for making this podcast for us. I mean, you guys are all love, and what you guys brought out here is like, it's one of the lifetime memory for us, and it really we really mean that. So we know it's not goodbye. We know it's see you later, but we can't thank you enough for the financial sacrifices and the time sacrifices you guys made to come out here and be a part of our little turkey bowl. So Gonzo, Law, everybody on this stream, Peter, Matt, we really cannot thank you guys enough for doing this for us and being a part of all of this. So we're looking forward to bigger and better things with all of you guys together.
Yeah, I just want to jump in and
Most
like when Corb first mentioned bringing the Curry Bombers out here, I was like skeptical. I was like, "Oh, we're gonna bring a bunch of dudes out from California to kick everyone's ass? Like, is that gonna be fun?" But Corb vibes for you guys, and like said, you were great people, and he was entirely right. Like, it was great vibes. Like, you guys played amazingly, but as everyone keeps saying, the community was there, the vibes were there. Like, we couldn't have asked for more from you guys. So thank you again for coming out.
Yeah, it was really good. And we saw Matt Vu maybe in the chat earlier, but big shout out to Matt as well. Played great, and he was single-handedly had the live stream on lockdown. Everybody was a Matt Vu fan on the live stream. It was awesome.
Another one returning to the homeland, right?
Yeah.
Another story, another incredible story. And that when Law told me about Long and Matt, I got to meet Ming in Ningbo. I wish he was coming. Another great human. That really was one of the most incredible stories of the whole weekend for us. And for me personally, how incredible it was to have the people, Vietnamese coming back to see where they're from and playing flag football. It's like, it's incredible. It's amazing. It's an amazing story.
Cool. Well, I know we've been on here for a while. I appreciate you guys giving all your experience and, man, just hyping up all these players. It means a lot to us. Like, again, the experience that you guys give us is unmatched. And that's why, like, Mo and me and Sean and now Long's going to start traveling even more, is because how you guys make us feel just by being you guys. Like, you guys aren't like doing anything out of the ordinary for yourselves, right? You're just being yourself. So we hella appreciate, we use the word hella a lot. We hella appreciate you guys for all that you guys do for the community, for the sport, and for the players. And that's huge for us. So thank you.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna have to join us at the Hella Hanoi Turkey Bowl next year.
For sure.
Yeah, if we could bring 2 teams, that'd be fantastic. We'll just spread the love.
We'll definitely work on that for you guys.
Cool.
Appreciate you all.
All right, guys.
You
Thank
guys are
for
amazing.
joining.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
All right, Joe.
Adios.
See you guys soon. Maybe we'll see you. Law, are you playing tomorrow? Are you playing? And there's some kind of a tournament going on tomorrow.
Oh, no, I gotta rest up, brother.
Nice.
It's been a long couple of days of traveling. I gotta rest up, relax a little bit.
Nice. Well,
I'll see you at R4P.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see you guys in Feb. Take care.
Cool. All right, brother.